And there we go. So... Oh, don't you dare turn off. So, hello everyone, it's a fair programming error that just refuses to be fixed. CodeErr. And yes, that's right. Even though we have finished the story, even though we've gotten the collectibles, even though we've done all of Gumshoe Gap, we are not yet done with this incredible game. Because there is still something we're missing. Something that wasn't available at release. Something that only became available later and that cost me extra money. And hello Ivanov, hello. But yes, it is time for the DLC. Now, full disclaimer, I do not know how long each DLC story is. For all I know, it could be, like, my theory is probably one stream for each DLC chapter. My best guess here. But for all I know, one chapter could take like half a stream. Or it could be like a 2-stream deal. I have no clue. The only way to find out is to start playing. So without further ado, let's move on ahead to the sub-stories. Starting with chapter Desuhiko. Charisma killed the cat. Managed to not pass out this time? What, for the stream? Why? If sleep is needed, then get sleep. Alright, I think by the way I read the summary last time, but I'll read it again now. The Phantom Thief, Nine-Tailed Cat appears. Can the free-spirited superstar, the detective of charisma himself, Desuhiko, catch the enigmatic and unidentified Phantom Thief? Stay tuned for Charisma Killed the Cat. No need to stay tuned because we're diving in, and hello Spinner. New game. Only autosave is enabled for sub-stories. Okay, so this better be like a one-stream dealio then. Because I don't feel safe if I can't save spam. As I usually do, you know? The Phantom Thieves? Sadly, it's in singular. There's only one Phantom Thief, apparently. So no, it's not the... well, maybe it is a familiar face. Imagine if it actually is a reference. Wouldn't that be fun? I mean, come on. This game obviously takes inspiration from both Danganronpa, which made by the same devs, and Persona. Okay, so back in Kanai Ward. Pair necklace is mine from the Nine-Tailed Cat. So does this take place like during the story of the game? After? I don't know. I assume it's after? They're naked!
Damn it! Again!
Also, hi, Neon.
Next time you won't be so lucky! I'll catch you the first chance I get!
Naked and red. Oh no. We'll catch that naked red individual. Charisma killed the cat. Okay, I'm curious how this is gonna play out. Because obviously, we're not playing as Yuma, so there won't be a mystery labyrinth. Okay.
The Phantom Thief Nine-Tailed Cat returns, huh?
So this has to take place either during the story or before Yuma arrived. Maybe the others arrived early and were already solving cases. I assume it's taking place like at the same time the other story is taking place. But yeah, just the fact that Yako is here means it's not after the story. So probably one of the chapters where Desuhiko isn't with us. This could be taking place during chapter 1. Because we were, you know, busy with Halara.
Jewelry on display in the gemstone exhibit
Seeing
hosted by
ghosts, yeah.
Amaterasu Corporation was stolen late last night. Peacekeepers declared the culprit is serial thief Nine-Tailed Cat. The investigation should yield an arrest soon.
They're so full of crap about arresting this guy. They have no idea how to deal with this.
Well, and you do?
The newspapers are Amaterasu's lapdogs anyway. They're not gonna talk about how the thief managed to escape. The Nine-Tailed Cat has been famous in this town for as long as I can remember.
And Desuhiko, who just arrived recently, is gonna catch him.
They're set to steal their target without hurting anyone. And they always leave behind their signature card.
Now again, the question is, how is this gonna play out in the end? Because without Yuma, we won't have a mystery labyrinth. So how exactly are we gonna solve the case? Are there not gonna be any
A
minigames?
great thief who appears out of
Or is it
nowhere
gonna be
and
very
vanishes
different?
without a trace. No one knows a thing about their identity. They've been stealing expensive stuff from Amaterasu ever since they took control of this town.
Fascinating. Slap thy face and jail him.
From what I
Yeah,
heard,
but how do we figure
all
it
the
out?
stolen goods are sold or donated to hospitals and other welfare facilities.
So what, they're Robin Hood or something? I don't like it one bit.
Everyone in town is a fan of the cat.
Except for Amaterasu.
Think
and
about
the
it.
Peacekeepers.
Up against the Peacekeepers. It's obvious why everybody supports him.
Hey, what kind of detective talks like that? I'm disappointed in you, Chief.
I mean, come on. You gotta support the people who hate the Peacekeepers.
Thieves and detectives are natural enemies. Cat, dog, I don't care. A criminal's a criminal.
Damn, okay, not much of an animal person then. You and Halara definitely wouldn't get along.
When did you get all self-righteous about justice?
Justice? This is about pride. What's the big deal anyway? The newspaper hasn't written a single thing about me.
And that is the full reason why you want to solve the case. Of course, popularity as always. Hey, everyone writes about this one criminal. Well, if I catch them, they have to write about me.
I mean, I'm the ultimate charismatic superstar detective.
Sure you are.
Unfortunately for you, the cat is way more popular and famous than you are.
They won't be if we catch them.
Damn it. This is humiliating. It's all your fault, Chief.
Huh?
And suddenly lashing out at our favorite homunculus. Well, not our favorite homunculus, but our favorite homunculus detective.
It's because you let these criminals roam around scot-free that this cat guy has grown so brazen.
Well, I suppose you have a point there. But we've never received a single request to catch the cat.
Well, why not just do it yourself?
And if no one's
It's your
hired
job.
us, then it's not our job to get out.
It is your job. Your job is to solve all unsolved mysteries.
Nonsense. That's a coward's excuse.
Say what you want, but don't go looking for trouble for no good reason.
That advice is nice and all, but it didn't work for Yuma. It's not gonna work for Desuhiko either.
Even this art gallery case wasn't a formal request.
His charisma killed. You know what? Maybe he will. Oh my god. If Desuhiko kills a cat with his charisma, Halara's gonna hate him forever.
A girl I met at a cafe works at the art gallery and told me something interesting. They say the cat's gonna appear at the gemstone exhibit. The peacekeepers working security are all on edge. So I promised her that if the thief really appeared, I'd catch him.
Sure.
At this rate, I'm gonna look like a liar.
Wait, was the thing in the beginning like a preview of the end of the chapter where the thief gets away anyway? Is that it?
What do you expect me
Because
to
if so,
do?
damn, that sucks.
You're just gonna let the cat roam free?
Leave a cat alone and it won't scratch you. You should really let it go. This thief isn't someone we can do anything about. Besides, they're a phantom thief who's never been caught by the peacekeepers and continues to toy with them.
Ha! Ah yes, the Phantom Thieves are definitely very intriguing.
You are such a useless chief, you know that? Fine. I'll hatch my own plan to catch the cat. And you better believe all the credit will be mine
Mr.
and mine
Thunderbolt,
alone.
This whole operation was made to have was made to have gear rising? Metal Gear Rising, perhaps? What?
Hey,
Metal
wait!
Gear?
Jeez. I hope he doesn't get into trouble.
It's time to get into trouble. What do we got? What kind of trouble can we get into? But make it double. I mean, honestly, if this does take place during the story, then Yuma is also currently busy causing trouble.
Still, this phantom thief appears out of nowhere. How do I catch him?
You don't.
I should gather information about the nine-tailed cat around here. With that many tails, I'm sure I'll grab at least one. Alright, time to ask
Yo, I'm
everybody about the
Desuhiko.
nine-tailed cat.
Do you have any... No, I can't even talk to you. And the entire map is revealed, but I can only explore Kamasaki District. Okay. Interesting. Profiles? Does that say anything? Oh, even the profiles are different. Oh, detective dispatched. Comfort. Doesn't say anything about his homunculus identity. Ryden's official name was Mr. Lightning Bolt. Oh, was that it? Really? I was unaware of that name. I see. Hang on, it seems there's someone down here somewhere who knows something. Over here. Anything we have to say about the graffiti?
Actually...
This graffiti's so shoddy, I'll paint over it with my signature next time. If I had a can of spray paint, I could paint this over now. Sure. Well, I guess we'll just go upstairs for now. I really should stop covering the map with my own face. Anyway, you have intel. Goes against my nature to question men, but I got no choice. I need info on the nine-tailed cat. Sup, brother? Who the hell? You're not a customer, are you? Well, I can't say that I am. I just want to talk to my bro for a minute. Beat it.
Oh no.
Well, it's just one small... Beat it or I'll murder you. Gotcha, so scary. Talking to a woman is better after all. Okay. Okay. Where to next then? Interestingly enough, it allows me to go to the roof. Oh, hello. First time I've seen people up here. Can I duck? I mean, not far. There's a reason you're asking that question, right?
Hello, gorgeous.
Oh, and this is oh dear God. You know you were creepy before, but this... Really?
Huh?
But it's fine because she's totally mature, as is implied there. See, she's totally mature, so it's totally safe. Ha ha ha.
Don't be scared. I'm a superstar, and starlight will always illuminate a lady like yourself.
That's it, you're going to jail.
Lady?
Yeah, to me, you're one refined lady. Anyway, do you know anything about the nine-tailed cat?
Yeah,
Oh? Like what?
I like the cat. I'm a fan.
And tell me everything.
What do you like about them?
They're so cool. The cat is tall and kind of like a model.
Tall like a model. Got it.
Oh, really? thanks for telling me.
But from a child's perspective, basically anyone is tall, even Desuhiko.
So you're a fan of the cat too?
I'm more like a rival.
Rival?
Soon, you'll be my fan too.
Oh, with the hard eyes, really? Hard eyes? Towards this little girl that's totally mature, by the way.
I'll be waiting with front row tickets for you. Ta-ta!
Yeah, let's leave. Let's leave. This is weird enough. We're gone. We were never here. Yeah, there is someone over here. Hello.
That's nice.
And this isn't voiced again. Normally, when there's quest NPCs, they're always voiced. Why was just the dialogue with the little girl voice? Also, milady. Tips Fedora. Hey there, milady. Can I talk to you for a sec? I'm looking for someone. So silent but plump lips, whose slender eyes emit a gaze so piercing, as if I'm about to be stabbed.
Just my type!
That's right, the someone I've been looking for is you. Oh dear God. His name is Thunder. Because his reckoning is yet to come. Ah yes. And say, hey girlie, hold still. Oh no. Someone I'm looking for is you.
Well,
And less importantly, I'm looking for the nine-tailed cat. Even if it's only rumors, can you tell me anything about him? No clue. Well, I don't blame you. No further questions regarding the nine-tailed cat.
then...
All that's left is for you to tell me about yourself. How about going to a fancy bar, just the two of us? Quiet. It's so cute the way you're blushing. Die. I'm getting goosebumps. Okay, we are out of there. Looks like there's someone in the hotel. Perish. Ah, yes, of course, the reception desk. Welcome to the Sun and Moon Hotel. How may I assist you?
then...
Lovely lady, would you listen to my words? To a pilgrim like me, you are the sun swaddling my icy heart, and the lovely moon guiding me through the dark night. Guests of the hotel may use the restaurant and lounge area.
well...
That won't be necessary, for you are my perch. If this is some sort of prank, I'll have to report you to the peacekeepers.
no.
Well, I'm actually looking for someone. Do you know anything about the nine-tailed cat? I see. I only know that he's a phantom thief who's been causing some commotion. Okay, I don't blame you for not knowing. But by the way, do you want to have dinner with me tonight? I'm working tonight.
Then...
Then after you get off work? Excuse me. She's not looking at me. Okay, yeah. Why, Desuhiko? Why are you... Wrong kind of... wrong. This is the wrong kind of everything. We're leaving. I think our next targets are probably going to be upstairs. This is either during the very beginning of chapter 1, or before Yuma even arrived, or after Yuma arrived but before the story began. Because I think they implied that there was some time that passed after he arrived before he got into trouble for the first time. But yeah, the caution tape would be gone if, you know. If they already did the first chapter investigation. You must have info.
Hello, ma'am. Have you seen an awesome, charismatic guy around here?
You know a person has important info if the dialogue is suddenly voiced again.
Excuse me?
Take a good look. There's one right in front of you.
Is there? Where? Must be invisible.
Huh?
It's me! Me! I'm the freedom-loving, charismatic detective, Desuhiko Thunderbolt!
Alright, listen. I know nothing about picking up girls. Obviously, shocker. But even for someone like me, it's easy to tell that Desuhiko has no risk at all. Like, not even zero, he's like full on in the negatives.
Pardon me, but I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Hold on, I'm in a hurry too. I really need your help.
Huh?
I'm investigating the nine-tailed cat. Do you know anything about them?
Just Romeo from 13 Cards. I mean, I can see it from the information that's still in my head, yeah. Has less risk than me. You know what? That's one thing we can, two things actually we can appreciate Desuhiko for. One, for always having our back, and two, for being a shining example that all of us in chat here, there isn't a single person here who has less risk than him. So he makes us feel good about ourselves in that way.
The nine-tailed cat. The thief who stole the gemstones from the art gallery?
Yes, that one. Can you tell me anything you know?
All I know are just some rumors.
Perfect. That's exactly what I want to hear.
I heard this from my friend's sister's co-worker, but the nine-tailed cat is actually a young man.
Friend's sister's co-worker, so quite a few corners there.
A young man. I see.
Young man, tall, looks like a model.
Thanks. That's a big help. Oh, by the way, who do you like better? Me or him?
And that's our cue to leave, right?
Well, I've never seen the nine-tailed cat's face, so I can't compare. Let's see. Now that I've had a closer look, I guess you're not too bad.
What the fuck, Desuhiko? How do you do it? How do you do it?
Right? I get that a lot. How about we step into a cafe and chat for a while?
And then he takes it too far.
Bye. You said you were in a hurry, right?
Right. Let's meet again on the stage.
Well, at least we got some info. Okay, it looks like I need to go downstairs again. You!
I heard the nine-tailed cat reappeared.
Who? Immediately found someone who knows stuff again.
The stolen Cassiopeia necklace is said to be worth 100 million yen.
Hey, we could almost pay our debts to Halara with that. Oh dear God, no, we will never repay our debt.
That
Plus, we're not
much?
even playing as Yuma, so it
It's
doesn't
already
even
been
matter.
sold and the money donated to an orphanage. I wish I could have gotten some of that cash. This reminds me that a few years back, someone wanted to donate some money at the hospital where my mom works. They just dropped off 10 million yen and left.
And what did that person look like?
People are saying they think that was a nine-tailed cat.
Really? What else? What did they look like?
Who are you?
Doesn't matter, just tell me.
Just keep going.
What they looked like? Well, the donor wore a hood way over their head, so nobody got a good look at their face.
Oh, you mean like you're doing right now?
That being said, some think the donor's hair and eyes were a burning red color.
Well, I mean, the naked figure we saw was slightly tinted red. And no, before anyone says, no, it's not a certain someone from the story. It's not a certain peacekeeper leader that we hate. Because I'm pretty sure he didn't have red eyes.
Red hair and eyes. That's fantastic info. Thanks. Next time, I'll invite you backstage.
And that's all the intel, huh?
I think I've talked to all the most promising ladies.
Also, hello, Rob. Just in time. We've just talked with all the most promising ladies, after all.
I've gathered plenty of information about the nine-tailed cat, so that should be good. A young man, tall and slim, with red hair and eyes.
Rob. I said Rob, not Lob.
The most outstanding feature is hair color, but wearing a hood would make that hard to notice.
Lob in lead. Secretly, all of the ladies at the same time. Rob was the ladies? Interesting.
That reminds me. The cat wore a hood when I saw him at the art gallery. Oh, wait. The cat I saw there didn't look tall at all.
Well, they would look tall to a child.
Was it just my imagination? Whatever. I should head back to the agency for now and think of how to capture the cat.
Actually, maybe. Alright, big theory time. The reason they call it the nine-tailed cat is because it's actually 9 people. And they're pretending to be one phantom thief when there's actually multiple. It's a group. I solved it. So much yellow in his palette. It's broken bad. No drug use for him yet, though. You busy there?
Who's there?
Hello. And that's our guy.
I've come to steal what's most precious to you.
So, how are you doing? Desuhiko's currently not here, I'm sorry.
Precious to me?
I'm going to take all the fuzz off your head.
Oh yeah, no, it is Desuhiko. It's not that Desuhiko isn't here. It's that Desuhiko got the description about the nine-tailed cat and was like, hey, I have the description. I'm gonna disguise myself.
Ah! Stop it!
Oh no, it's so precious to him.
What are you scared about? It's me, Desuhiko.
Desuhiko? I suppose that is your voice. But is this your disguise? Who are you supposed to be?
A phantom thief?
Yeah, I tried recreating what the nine-tailed cat looks like based on what people around town said. What do you think?
I wasn't able to tell until you mentioned it.
I guess it's no good. I was planning to walk around town looking like the cat to draw him out.
That won't work. Your look is way too vague. Even fans of the cat wouldn't notice.
You sure? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I thought so. Oh, but what if I enter the art gallery like this and try to steal something?
You'd get arrested.
Witnesses would think I'm the nine-tailed cat.
I guess. People could mistake you like that. But everyone only has a rough image of what the cat looks like.
Image? That's it! I just came up with a brilliant idea!
I have a bad feeling about this. Don't tell me you're really going to try to steal something dressed like that.
Alright, let's hear your idea then.
If I do, I'd be the one who gets arrested.
Yeah, so what is your idea?
Maybe I can take advantage of the fact that this getup is what the fans are imagining.
What do you mean?
Just watch. The next time he appears, it will be the end of the Phantom Thief Nine-Tailed Cat.
Will it now? Will it really now? There's no way it's gonna be over that quickly. We're half an hour in. I expect this to go on for at least 1 more hour. There's no way we already have clues to corner them.
Hey, are you sure the nine-tailed cat will really appear tonight?
That's what everyone's been saying in town. The cat is after a real expensive ring.
Somebody came out.
Oh, hello, Desuhiko.
Thank you, all who've gathered here today. Please, allow me a moment to speak. As you all know, precious jewelry was stolen from this art gallery the other day. The culprit is a thief known as the Nine-Tailed Cat. And we've received word that they will appear again tonight.
Okay, but who even let you in? Everyone else is waiting outside. There's no way the peacekeepers were just like, hey, yeah, this one dude, we're gonna let him in.
However, it is obviously a crime to steal from others. As an upstanding citizen, I cannot allow that to happen.
Get lost. You're not even with the peacekeepers.
Yeah, I know, they hate detectives, actually.
Get out of here!
Who do you think you are?
Who am I, you ask? I am the charismatic freedom lover born unto this world by a goddess. The superstar detective, Desuhiko Thunderbolt.
Alright, he even got that intro down.
Can you hear me, Nine-Tailed Cat? Your sham of a legend ends today. I, Desuhiko Thunderbolt, will end you.
At least he respects his mother, that is true. Gotta appreciate that.
There are still detectives in town?
That guy looks hella dumb. You'll never catch the nine-tailed cat.
30 minutes later.
Hey, it's that guy again.
Hey, detective! Where's the nine-tailed cat? You sure the ring hasn't been stolen already?
Hello, everyone.
Let me guess. No, again, that would be him. Would count as him stealing. I was gonna say maybe he has the ring on him, so he won't let it out of his sight. But again, the peacekeepers would have arrested him if he got too close to the ring.
The phantom thief Nine-Tailed Cat has fallen into my trap and has been captured. Here's the proof. This is the Virgo ring the cat was after.
He actually did steal it. What the fuck?
As you can see, the ring is safe.
And that's when... Okay, so this is all a setup to lure the culprit out, steal it, and let me guess it's a fake. It's a fake, he's presenting it like he has the real thing. And then the phantom thief appears, swipes it, and yeah.
Nine-tailed cat was captured? No way.
Well, that ring does look pretty legit.
Desuhiko, can your disguise ability also like create like accessories like that ring perfectly? That would make sense, I guess.
That dumb cat has been imprisoned inside the art gallery. I'll leave the rest to the peacekeepers. I'll be going now.
Hold on.
Funny how
Give
that
the
he still
ring
has the
back.
ring.
Oh, but of course, I fully intend to return it to the gallery's curator.
There's no way he's gonna just draw attention to himself, make people think he is the phantom thief, right? Is that his plan now? Like, pretend to be the phantom thief, pretending to be someone trying to catch him. Is he really going for a layered plan like that?
I gotta be blunt. I'm way more handsome than that.
Never mind, okay. Yeah, if that is the phantom I mean, he got the moves. And yeah, the thing about the hair and eyes was just like an assumption. Like they weren't entirely sure. But damn, okay. Trying to be five-head, I guess he was trying.
What? 2 detectives?
Never mind. Okay, what the fuck? There's layers to this now. Not the fuck. Not the fuck. So are we saying that the Phantom Thief also has the disguise ability or something similar to the disguise ability? So the person we just saw is our Desuhiko, because he said, hey, I am more handsome than that. Okay.
You've been caught in my trap, nine-tailed cat.
Oh no, it's getting comical. Oh, undress. Hey, that is what he looks like.
I was the one who spread the rumor about you appearing here today.
The beatdown, what the fuck?
With so many spectators here, I knew you'd use a trick to take advantage of the crowd. Who would have thought you'd disguise yourself as me and try to enter through the front door?
Damn it!
Honestly, I am impressed. I did not think Desuhiko would be physically capable like that at all. Then again, he has impressed me before. No, he has surprised me before like that. Remember? When he went after... like in the second chapter. Where Miss Electro, right? Well, he held her down for a little bit for us. I mean, again, that wasn't nearly as impressive as just doing a full beatdown on someone, but still. Honestly, I guess we aren't giving him enough credit.
The Phantom Thief has finally been caught?
That's impossible.
Come on. I'll interrogate you before handing you over to the peacekeepers.
Well done, Desuhiko, I guess. Honestly, I am impressed. But man, are all the DLC chapters gonna be that short? In that case, we're gonna be able to do all of them in one stream.
A new hero emerges. Nine-tailed cat caught at last. Oh, look at all the attention you've gotten. The peacekeepers won't take this lying down.
At last, I'm finally famous. I'm the star that touched down to Earth, here in the city where stars never shine.
So, what are you going to do now? Please don't get me involved.
Oh, we will.
Just watch. My path to stardom has just begun.
Oh?
Speak of the devil.
Huh? I wasn't expecting any guests.
Oh, is this when... No? Who? What?
She's a newspaper reporter. She wants to speak with the detective who caught the nine-tailed cat.
Desuhiko, I know what you're trying to do, but please don't weird her out.
Nice to meet you. I'm Anine of the Kanai Times. You must be Desuhiko, the one who caught the nine-tailed cat.
Oh no, he actually has a fan
I'd
now.
like to conduct an interview with you, since you're the new star of Hope in Kanai Ward.
An interview, huh?
I like her. Don't start liking
Sorry,
characters,
but
it's
I always
dangerous.
pick the first person to come see me.
Then again, Spinner, you're good in one regard. You now know that anyone you get attached to who's from Kanai Ward won't die because they're immortal. So, you know what? Fair. Keep liking people from Kanai Ward.
Well, then...
But you're the first one here. Congrats!
Thank you.
You're really letting this get to your head, Desuhiko. I hope your pride doesn't get crushed later on.
The criminal helped me dress up.
Yeah. There's too much noise here, so let's go somewhere else. This place is too dirty to take nice pictures anyway.
Well, excuse me for this mess.
Let's go. If anyone
this
else
place
comes
is
asking
better?
for an interview, turn him down for me, Chief.
Okay, I guess we're just leaving, because this room is definitely not better than the other one. There's literally a trash bag on the shelf. Yeah, we're leaving.
Jeez, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Haven't seen this loading screen in a while, by the way. I wonder why we sometimes get this loading screen and not the regular one. I wonder. There has to be some kind of reason. Destroy his whole career. Go for it. He's gonna do it himself.
Thank you so much for taking this interview today. To begin, I am speaking with Desuhiko Thunderbolt in this exclusive interview.
Ask me anything. I'll tell you all about it.
Well, let's start with the first question.
It's not about
you. As a detective, what do you usually do on a day-to-day basis?
Oh god, the way his head just snaps. Okay, limited security. We'll say undercover. Desuhiko is definitely the undercover guy.
In my case, I do a lot of undercover investigations. I'm good at sneaking into places.
Ow. Thank you.
If the investigation is about a girl, I can get all the information I need. While I'm no good at solving murder cases, I excel in finding out what women want.
Desuhiko, you really don't excel at finding out what they want. You can't even get them to look in your direction 90% of the time.
If you don't mind my asking, what sort of places have you gone undercover in the past?
For example, a rock star's dressing room backstage, the filming location of a big movie.
Are you sure those are the acts of a detective and not some sort of entitled fan?
Depends. The animal was undercover.
Of course. Anyway, that's all I can tell you about. The rest is confidential, you know.
I see. Very well. Moving on then.
Yeah, she's already getting weirded out. Only a matter of time.
Do you have any special abilities?
Disguise. Desuhiko would like to say jamming, but come on. This is
disguise, of course. I'm better at disguising myself than any other detective there is. Of course, that includes phantom thieves. Consider how confident the cat appeared to be. But thanks to my disguise, I won that fight. He was stupid enough to disguise himself as me at that moment.
Yeah, but his disguise was also pretty well thought out. It worked perfectly.
Do you have any tricks you use along with your disguises?
Only an amateur would be satisfied with just changing how they look. A real disguise changes the very air around you.
Well, there you go, Desuhiko. That sounds reasonable.
I see. Well, next question then.
Okay, that question didn't weird her out. Good, good.
Nine-tailed cat.
Giving away all his secrets. Press. We're gonna say it was tough. I mean, they got away from us the first time. It took another try to get them.
He was a tough opponent. I'd expected that. But he even knew how to make good disguises. If I wasn't there to stop him, he would have increased his gemstone collection for sure.
So, where's the captured nine-tailed cat currently being held?
I mean, the Peacekeepers got them, unless they already escaped because the Peacekeepers are incompetent.
Oh, the Peacekeepers took him away somewhere. He's probably cursing me from some jail cell right now.
By the way, what does the nine-tailed cat look like?
Yeah, he's got distinctive red hair and eyes, but otherwise he looks kind of thin and weak.
I see. Thank you very much. On to my next question. Do you know the secret behind the Virgo ring?
Secret behind the Virgo ring? I know. Honestly, no, we just gotta be honest. Don't pretend to know, just say no idea.
The Virgo ring? Oh, you mean the thing the cat was trying to steal? secret. What the...
Supposedly, there's a secret message written underneath the spot where the gemstone sits. A similar message was written on the Cassiopeia necklace the nine-tailed cat stole before.
So you're saying there's some kind of mystery connecting all that together?
Deciphering both messages is said to reveal the location of a hidden treasure.
But hidden treasure? The ring was hiding something that big?
Why do you have it? Desuhiko, why do you still have that thing? You should have returned it, right?
Where was the message written again?
Desuhiko, seriously, why do you have it? Also, this is when this girl reveals that she's totally either working for the other Phantom Thief or, again, another disguise. Could be another disguise. Prop, totally.
Huh? Why do you have that ring?
Oh,
Wasn't that ring taken out of the art gallery by the nine-tailed cat? I thought it was returned to them after the cat was captured. Why do you still have it?
Yeah, this is gonna be a bunch of bad press for you, Desuhiko.
You know, I missed my chance to return it.
Desuhiko, don't tell me you took advantage of the situation and kept it for yourself.
You know it's a prop. Tell her it's a prop.
Oh, no! You're making it sound worse than it is. I really was gonna return it.
Really?
Totally! How about we go return it now, together?
I'll accompany you as long as you allow me to continue the interview.
Yeah, I'll agree to anything. Interview and all. Anyway, what did you say about hidden treasure? I didn't see a secret message anywhere.
Totally is the wrong word to use.
It's right there.
Where?
No, he's gonna hand it over. He's gonna hand it to her to show the message. And then she's gonna steal it.
Behind the pedestal. Here, I'll show you.
Don't hand it over, you idiot!
See? It's written right here.
What does it say?
Thanks for the ring, you dimwit detective.
That's the secret message? Dimwit detective.
Dude.
Wait. Dimwit? Is it talking about me?
How are you this slow, Desuhiko? How are you a detective but can't figure out the fact that she's obviously taunting you right now? So why does she sound like Nikita? I don't know. You tell me.
You've realized it far too late, oh mighty detective.
You're no newspaper reporter.
You finally figured it out?
Don't tell me you're...
That's right. I'm the Phantom Thief, nine-tailed cat that you thought you had captured.
Curious.
The real one, that is.
So you're the cat?
That whole farce at the art gallery was quite entertaining to watch. The red-haired man you caught in front of the gallery was the chief at your detective agency, wasn't it?
Wow! So we were faking out from the beginning, huh? Just pretending. Wow, that was... You know what? That would explain why he had such a good disguise. That would explain why he had such a good disguise, because we were in on it. But I like her.
You placed 2 complete disguises on him, and then exposed him in front of the spectators. Just as you planned, the people in town thought he was the nine-tailed cat. Did you put on that little show to stain my public image?
That's right. You sure are sharp.
That would also explain why Desuhiko won that fight so easily. Let's see. You're gay now. Is he? Also, he has admitted before that that wouldn't deter him.
To the citizens of this city, you're nothing but a conglomeration of their own images and assumptions. By destroying that image, I knew they'd lose all respect and awe for you. Soon, the people of this town would begin to hate criminals. That'd make it a lot harder for the real cat to commit crimes. Your work as the Phantom Thief would be done for.
You really think your games are enough to make the nine-tailed cat disappear?
Well, that is what he thinks. Also, can we talk about how you were running away naked while glowing red? That seemed interesting.
As long as the cat is needed in this city, she will never die. Unfortunately for you, your plan needed much more thought.
You got some nerve. It's true that I underestimated your guts. I never thought you'd come directly to our office. And that getup, it's no disguise. So, the whole red hair and eyes and other stuff were all made-up rumors.
I like to spread rumors about my appearance. It was all just insurance for my sake, but I didn't expect it to catch on so quickly. You detectives sure are easy to fool.
Are we? I guess we are. Yeah.
You're quite the woman.
He's in love. Project down while I was behind. Rob sneaking up.
I'll take that as a compliment. By the way, there is no secret message. That was all a lie to get you to show me the ring. And as planned, I'll be taking this.
The Virgo ring is mine from the nine-tailed cat.
Are you going already?
What makes you think we can just we will just let you walk out of here?
Yes. Thank you for playing along with my lengthy interview. Well, so long.
You really just...
Wait.
I was gonna say, are you really just gonna let her walk out of here? Damn, I guess I've been busted. Oh well, go ahead, take the ring, I don't care, you won.
The battle's not over yet, nine-tailed cat.
Ask for her number. Yes.
What is it now?
The one you're holding is a fake. Check out the real deal.
No way!
You said my plan needed more thought. Well, did you anticipate this part?
Why would you reveal that, though? I said it's a prop, but why would he reveal that here? She could easily just go over there and grab the real one now. Just don't tell her. And then the second she goes somewhere to sell it, they're gonna be like, oh, this is fake. Bash her in. Lunge, bash her in. He won't, he won't. It's another prop. Of course. It could be.
If the cat can't be caught, the only option is to lure her out. That whole show you insulted was just part of my trap to lure you.
The politician can't lie in an interview. Ha.
I knew you wouldn't stand for your reputation as a great phantom thief to be tarnished like that. The reason you lost is because you weren't willing to yield on your pride.
Damn, Desuhiko would know a thing or two about pride, huh?
You would have been better off just letting yourself get arrested back then. You might think you're some sort of Robin Hood, but you're nothing but a criminal. As a detective, I can't let you go free.
I thought you were just some cocky idiot, but you're not bad.
Compliments for Desuhiko? He's gonna want your number even more now.
Well, I'm bad at investigating cases, but I'm not too shabby when it comes to negotiations.
Also, wow, another great PS Dev quote, huh?
So, what will you do now? Hand me over to the Peacekeepers?
Well, if he couldn't stop you from walking out before, how would he stop you from walking out now?
Well, that was the original plan, but I changed my mind.
Oh no. No, he wants your number. Yeah, exactly. That was the plan, but the second he knew that, yeah, no, this Phantom Thief is in fact a woman. So I'm not gonna hand her over. He's gonna make a deal. He's the master of negotiations. He pulls out his trump card of, if you give me your number and go on a date with me, I will not hand you over to the Peacekeepers. Deal?
going to let me go?
No, I can't do that. But I don't intend to give you up to the Peacekeepers either.
Turing's already... Yeah, already going for marriage, damn. As a boomer. Yes.
What are you saying?
I can't let you go. Not only as a detective, but as a man as well.
That lip sync really didn't match. Oh god, he's actually gonna
Will you marry me?
That motherfucker!
Are you serious?
Just skipping the date?
Totally serious.
And that is the real
I
ring.
could search the whole world, but
That is the real ring.
no one is more exciting than you.
A phantom thief and a detective couple.
Isn't that great?
But that ring isn't even yours in the first place.
But don't you want
It
it?
doesn't matter. If you accept it, then we're partners.
Don't you want
see.
it? She will abuse that situation. She takes it, and then she leaves.
Does this mean...
She's gonna leave, dude.
You really are. A fool.
That better be another fake.
Is that a yes? Hey! Wait! Hey! I haven't heard your response yet!
Desuhiko, you almost had a great plan until you messed it up by being a simp. The one thing that always screws him over is that he's simping too hard. And that's how he got married. It's totally canon, by the way. After the story is finished, they actually get together,
So,
right?
how did the mission go? Did you succeed?
We just don't see it. But yeah, after the story's over, she's gonna come back to him and be like, wow, you detectives really did great on solving this entire thing. I am so happy to have met you. My answer is yes. Give the dude a win. He needs it. He needs it. I fail. Essentially what's going on here, yes.
I lost it.
Lost what?
The jewel, my confidence,
He's dying.
and my love.
Yep. He's ascending to he's going to the next world. It was nice knowing you, Desuhiko. It's a Gotan Tekken cutscene, what?
Wait, you mean the Virgo ring? You gotta be kidding! The art gallery was nice enough to lend it to us in order to help capture the Phantom Thief. And you lost it?
Yeah, to the Phantom Thief.
What am I going to do? We'll go bankrupt trying to pay it back. We'll be in debt for life.
Well, good thing, Yako, you won't actually be held accountable for that debt, because you'll be technically dead.
Don't just sit there feeling sorry for yourself. You gotta do something.
You escaped death. Yeah. The right way to evade death. Looks like the assassin guys are wrong. You can't escape death. Yes, apparently you can. You just have to die and then reanimate after a day.
Hey, did you hear the nine-tailed cat has returned?
I thought they captured the thief. What got stolen this time?
Is it true the Phantom Thief has struck again?
Yeah.
What was stolen this time?
Surprisingly, nothing.
Did she return the ring? Is that why she broke in?
Instead,
Because that would be a twist.
The Phantom played a prank, leaving a ring on the finger of a statue.
Oh my god! The twist! The twist! Oh, is that Desuhiko? Nope. It wasn't Desuhiko. Desuhiko's just still upset. And then he never caught her. I've returned the Virgo ring. There we go. Unfortunately, I don't like how it looks from the night deck. Wow! You know what? That is one way to do it. I want to steal this ring. Okay, you can have the ring. I propose to you using that ring. Take it if you want my hand in marriage. You know what? On second thought, I'll return the ring. That just hard counter to his proposal. That is such a disrespect towards Desuhiko. Alright, I think we'll need 2 streams for all the DLCs combined in that case. Because yeah, one hour to do 1 DLC story. So next week will be the last Raincoat stream in that case. Also, I'll change the title real quick. Because it's no longer just Desuhiko. There we go. We gave her 2 rings. That's how it works. Yeah, I mean, a fake one and a real one. I don't know, did she return the fake one as well, or just the real one? Oh, wouldn't that? Oh my god, imagine. And then she did another layer to everything. She said she returned it, but she returned the fake one and kept and sold the real one. Oh, that would be another layer to the twist. Returning the fake that Desuhiko provided. Alright, it's time for Fubuki. If I could do it all over again. Every person has had that thought at some point. Exams, bets, relationships, work troubles. If only I could erase my failures, if only I could have been more successful. However, once a moment has passed, it cannot be redone. Unless you're her. Fubuki Clockford, the master detective capable of rewinding time. Her strange and lucky day begins now. Let's go. Only autosave is enabled for substories. I'm ready. I hope everyone else is ready for Fubuki because she appears to be a little bit of a fan favorite in chat. So you better enjoy this story. I'm probably also gonna enjoy it. I wonder how much we're gonna be using her rewind abilities.
Hey, you there!
Oh, a fortune teller.
Me? Yes, beautiful lady. You will succeed in all you do today. Consider it your lucky day, so to speak.
Lucky day?
Yes, it'll be the best day of your life. If you were ever to play a game of chance, today would be the day. Shall I read your fortune?
I mean, again, games of chance for her are easy. You participate, you see the answer, you go back, and pick your answer accordingly.
Someone just fell from the sky!
Lucky day, huh?
Is this part of my lucky day?
Where is Yuma today? If only. Life is Strange, but good? Life is Strange was also pretty alright. Can't say that's a bad game. Except, you know, it's anime art style, so of course it's better. This is much better because of the art style alone. Ooh, the camera angle's interesting. I was not Oh, could that be the mini-man? I do not have time to be shopping. Okay, it's interesting because I don't think we've had a fixed camera angle like this yet before. Very curious. Where even are we right now? Ginma district, okay.
Hey!
Do you wish to know your lucky number? One moment.
But
At the moment, I'm more concerned about the commotion than my lucky number. Alright, let's check it. What's the commotion?
I wonder if it could be some sort of festival.
Yeah, a festival. Totally not someone committing suicide by jumping off a building.
What's going on? Looks like someone collapsed.
Some guy fell from a building nearby.
Was it a suicide?
Could be a suicide, could be a murder. But we're a detective, so we'll find out.
Pardon me. Please let me through.
Are you a doctor?
No, we're a detective.
No, I am not.
Do you know this man?
No, I do not know him whatsoever.
Then why are you here?
Today is supposed to be my lucky day, so I thought I might be of some use.
Genius reasoning, Fubuki. Can't argue with that.
Huh?
Oh, he's alive. That's lucky.
Oh, you are still breathing. What luck.
Hey, he's trying to say something.
What's that next to him? A dice? You know, if he dies right here, he can truly say that he used to roll the dice. Ah.
3.
Did it land on 3? No, it couldn't have. He says 3, but this dice definitely did not land on 3. It's pretty obvious to tell, because you can see the side that says 4. And the side that says 3 is always opposite of the side that says 4. So we know for a fact that the 3 dots are not pointing up. They are facing towards him. Maybe that's why he's saying it, because that's the number he's seeing right now. He's seeing the number 3, so he's like, yeah, that must be important.
3? I was not quite able to hear you. Could you please repeat yourself?
Hey, hang in there. He's not breathing. Where's the ambulance?
Maybe that was a dying message? It sounded to me as though he was trying to say the number 3.
It's rewind time. Oh, we can rewind pretty far.
If I am not mistaken, those were the last words he uttered before death. I must not let them go to waste.
The last word, singular. 3 is not multiple words.
Oh, if I rewind time, I can hear his message again. Repeatedly hearing someone's dying message is something only I can do.
But what benefit would you have from that?
What are you mumbling about? If you're not gonna help, get out of the...
But what would you gain from this? Also, is your lucky number gonna be 3?
Why not try to prevent him from dying in the first place instead?
How?
Protecting the people is part of my duties as a detective. I may still make it in time if I hurry.
Hey, you there.
Pardon me, I am in a hurry.
Logic go hard. Alright, let's go. But how? Oh.
That noise.
Okay, I guess we were too late. Let's talk to the old lady. No. Rewinds and then rewinds, so she no, she can't. She cannot use her rewind again until she's caught up to where she last used the rewind ability. Also, the more she rewinds, the harder it is on her. Like, she gets tired from it.
Are you alright? What happened? Is there something you must say to me? Please, go ahead.
2.
Oh shit, Rob, you're right, he is counting down just over multiple resets. He's counting down over multiple resets. Very intriguing.
2?
Nani?
As in the number?
Hey, you. What happened? Are you all right? Should I call an ambulance?
No need. I am fine. I shall be right back.
What the fuck, dude? What the fuck, Fubuki? Ah, yes, there's a person bleeding to death. Are you alright? Should I call an ambulance? The person next to them? Oh no, I am fine. Don't worry. There's no need. Yeah. That makes perfect sense. Damn, she's not getting tired from this at all right now.
The dying message was different this time.
True Fubuki moment. Mine's 10 minutes, after 10 minutes, you mine's 1 hour. I mean, I guess she technically could do that. I think, yes, she could. But I don't think she can rewind an hour. Like, she can only rewind a very limited amount of time before she gets too tired. And I mean, look, she just rewound 2 times and she's already tired. From rewinding, what, like a few minutes. She rewound time a few minutes twice and is already starting to sweat.
First was 3. Next it was 2. I wonder what it could mean.
It means next he'll say 1. Pulling the JoJo.
Hey,
your next line will be...
This is exhausting. I might not make it.
Time got destroyed and then kaboom. 1!
Oh, perfect timing.
You know, telling the taxi driver to drive there would probably take longer than just walking there right now.
Pardon me. Please let me in. Forward. Full speed ahead.
We're gonna run him over. He's gonna smash into the concrete and... Never mind, we caught him. We caught him. Now, is this better or worse? I guess it's better than smashing into concrete. I guess this is slightly better than smashing into concrete, because unlike concrete, the car actually gives way a little bit. Like, it's... So... It breaks this fall a little bit more softly. Still, not sure if that's enough. Bro, not asking questions. Random chick is just like, hey, can I get in? Alright, drive full speed ahead right now. 1.
What happened here? Can you talk?
There. 1.
Oh, he said another word. Oh my god, he knows more than just numbers. Open the door, full speed ahead. You are, bro. Alright. Alright, lady, I'm getting paid enough for this. Yeah.
1? Now it is 1? What could it mean? Tell me, please, before you die! Did someone push you off? Who was the culprit? No good. I must do it over again.
Why? So he can say 0? What could you possibly still change? He gets into the negatives.
Hey, he's still breathing. The car's roof must have cushioned his fall.
Oh, you're still okay. Okay, Fubuki, you can stop crying now.
Hurry up and call an ambulance.
Thank goodness. It is true. Today really is my lucky day. What a happy ending.
And that's the end of Fubuki's story DLC. He's alive, damn it, gotta rewind. Yeah. Imagine if it just ends here. Wouldn't that be fun? Still though, we don't exactly know everything that happened to him. Like, did he jump? Was he pushed? Gonna ignore the anomaly taxi driver. He might have driven past there before, but like we were more in a hurry this time. I don't know.
And that is what happened the other day.
Again, he might have driven past, but just wasn't important enough to be shown.
happy ending at all. Nothing was solved. Did the guy live?
Yes, he managed to survive. Although he is currently in a coma.
So you still don't know why he fell from the sky?
The newspaper says it was an attempted suicide. It seems he climbed over a fence on top of the building.
Alright, so if there was a fence on top of the building, that means he definitely couldn't have just been shoved off. There would have been more effort.
I bet the peacekeepers made that up after another half-assed investigation.
Regardless, it has nothing to do with us.
I mean, you're right and all, but doesn't it bother you? That sure is a weird dying message.
3, 2, 1.
At first it was 3, then 2, then finally 1, right?
Actually, the final message was
like
there 1.
Countdown or something.
It was 3, 2, there 1. Anomaly person counting, true. That was truly
I've never heard of a
anomaly.
changing dying message.
That's because dying messages are normally a one-time event.
So perhaps the message changed because I turned back time.
Xbox 700, 600. Yeah, sure, just counting back. And why exactly do you hate Xbox specifically?
No, that doesn't make sense. The victim had already fallen by the time you arrived at the scene. So whether it be a suicide or a homicide, the events leading up to the fall shouldn't have changed.
That is true, so why did he count down?
And I doubt he'd want to tell you something different each time. What do you think, Halara?
Should I assume you're requesting to hire me with that question?
Never mind then. It was dumb of me to ask.
See, Desuhiko knows how to back out. Yuma does not know how to back out. He's like, yeah, I'll hire you.
No matter the problem, asking for my assistance is the wisest choice one can make.
Except you charge an arm and a leg each time.
Naturally, I must charge an appropriate rate. Although, in this case, it doesn't seem like a criminal act. I suppose I don't mind.
Also, you're giving us advice
anyway. This a
anyway.
conversation among friends.
See, Yuma, this is what you should have done. Just say, no, I don't need help, and then keep talking. And then you would have gotten your advice for, at least some advice for free.
Oh, so we're friends now. What's with the change of heart?
I wonder why the dying message changed. Do you know why, Halara?
I can deduce the possibilities. However, I cannot declare anything unless I investigate the scene myself.
Of course.
So an investigation is still necessary.
Want to hire me? No. Okay, I'll do it for free. Investigation. Wow, that didn't even show up last time.
Definitely want to remember this.
In clues, you can review the info of acquired clues. Oh, they're calling it clues now instead of solution keys. How sad and disappointing. New clue. It doesn't have the same ring as your solution key. Message from a man who fell. Failure. And we got all 3 messages, okay.
By the way, according to the newspaper, the victim fell from a 4-story building. Floor 1 is a luxury brand shop. Floor 2 is a restaurant. Floor 3 is a beauty salon. And floor 4 is a casino. Each floor has windows facing the street that cannot be opened.
Okay, so there was a dice next to him. So we can assume it's connected to the casino. The question is, if the windows can't be opened, how did he fall out? The window could have been smashed, but we didn't find any glass shards. We just found the body. So we can assume that yes, he must have gone to the roof and climbed over the fence. But still, because of the die that was next to him, we can assume that it was somehow related to the casino.
Thus, it's very likely the victim fell from the rooftop.
Building the man fell from.
Do we have an ID on the victim?
He's a 25-year-old man. He works at the shop on the 1st floor, but often goes to the other floors as a customer.
So the people in the building were his acquaintances. There's still a chance someone else from the building took him up to the roof and pushed him off.
It's very possible, yes. identity of the man who fell.
Perhaps the dying message indicates who did it?
If that was the case, then it's weird the message changed each time he got to the victim. Or maybe there's someone named 321? That can't be it, right?
Yes, of course. Actually, oh my god. That reminds me of something funny. I only recently realized something about a character from Danganronpa 1. Hifumi Yamada. You wanna know how Hifumi is spelled? You wanna know how Hifumi is spelled? It's three characters long, and the characters of his name are literally the Japanese characters for 1, 2, 3. And that's how his name is spelled. His name is literally spelled 1, 2, 3. So someone being named 321. Perfection. Hang on, give me a second. Hang on. I'm gonna pull him up real quick. There. Posted it in chat. That is how you spell Hifumi's name. That is how you spell Hifumi. It's literally 1, 2, 3. What a way to spell your name, right? Anyway, yeah, that just a fun little thing I should share. Considering that there might be someone named 321.
You can't say that with certainty.
How about that but backwards? Intriguing, isn't it?
Okay, fair enough, but that doesn't explain why the message changed.
That reminds me, when the victim mentioned 1 the last time he spoke, he actually said, there.
There? Did he find something?
That I do not know. Though he did look as though he was searching for something.
His UFO. Ah, yes. But yeah, also I think it's funny how the way you write out the numbers in Japanese is literally just, at least 1, 2, and 3 are literally just lines increasing in number. It's
what
funny.
does that mean?
At that point, why even have a unique, like, Japanese character for it if they also, like, at the same time also use numbers as we do? But just like how we can write out 1 as O-N-E, they just write 1 if they want to write it as a word as just like a line. S-E-T. And that is... I mean, at that point, why does it have to be a unique character?
The victim must have had something in his hand while he was falling. The impact of the fall caused him to drop it.
I see. So the victim found the item, then left the message 1.
If you think about it that way, the victim's message makes sense. And it's likely the item is related to the case.
Yeah, the die.
Fubuki, did you find anything at the scene?
It was a D6.
My deepest apologies. I did not notice anything.
There was a
of the
D6!
sort.
You may be careless, but I doubt you'd miss something so big you'd need 2 hands to hold it.
Again, it couldn't have said 3 the first time. Unless the side of the die that was facing him said 3. But it definitely could not have landed on 3. Because we saw the side of it, and we saw 4 on one side. And a D6 is always structured in a way that the opposing sides of the die always add up to 7. So since we saw 4 on one side, that means that the number 3 was also on the side, and it didn't land on it. Again, that might be me overanalyzing and pointing out mistakes, but who knows. Again, it could also just be that the 3 was facing him, and that's why he saw it. Again, the way we saw it, the 3 definitely was facing in his direction. So it could be.
Which means it had to be something small enough that it could be easily missed. Hold on. The victim must have held this thing in his hand the first time he fell. But instead of 1, he said 3 that time. Was he holding something different each time he fell? Or was he holding more than one thing?
He was holding one thing. Die.
Considering when Fubuki turned back time, it's hard to believe he held something different each time. However, we cannot eliminate the possibility there may have been multiple items.
I am now more lost than ever.
If we follow the logic, we will always arrive at our destination, the truth.
But I am truly lousy at that.
Which is why your story features 2 other detectives.
Don't give up, princess.
King dies.
Let's
Yes,
start from
of
the beginning.
course.
Very well. I shall try. If the victim was holding something, that would be a key clue in this case, right? First, regarding the size of what he was holding...
It was small.
That's right. Even Fubuki, who was at the scene immediately after the victim fell, didn't notice that small
But
item.
I noticed that small item. And in fact, I feel like everyone in chat, even without me pointing it out, noticed that small item.
Therefore, it's reasonable to believe that whatever he held was something that could fit in the palm of his hand.
And the impact of the fall caused him to drop it. The third time, the victim realized he dropped it and appeared to be looking around for
Our
it.
evidence. We noticed it. Insert communism.
And when he saw it, he said, "There, 1." But why would the victim mumble the word 1 after seeing it?
Because there was only one. No, because the surface of the object displayed the number 1.
Normally, that would mean that whatever was on the surface of the item displayed the number 1, would it not? So the victim saw that and read the number 1 aloud.
Huh? That's a dumb conclusion to make.
No, that's a sensible way to think about it. It's logical as well. The victim saw it and mumbled 1, so we should assume it was actually written there.
Are you serious? So whatever it is has the numbers written on its surface, right?
Guys, we talked about this.
What
We know
is
the
it then?
answer.
I don't get it. In the beginning, he said 3, not 1.
It's a D6.
It's not strange at all if we assume the number changes depending on the situation.
The number can change? Wait, then that must be it!
Whoa, Fubuki! Do you know what it is?
Yes.
We do know.
Although it is just my guess. The item the victim was holding...
A die! It's funny. If you hold a die while you die, and you last... with your dying breath, you say the number on the die. As the last thing before you die. It's so fun.
Such as a die, or something.
A die?
Yes. In fact, again, there was a casino in the building.
Oh, I get it. The number would change depending on the roll. Hold on. It first went from 3 to 2. Isn't it strange the numbers weren't the same?
No, because we interacted with the person. So that it may have rolled differently. But again, when he said 3 the first time, it must be because he was looking at the number 3. Because again, the number 3 definitely wasn't facing up. I can confirm that for certain, unless that was a wacky-ass die.
Fubuki arrived at the scene after the victim fell. By that time, the die would have fallen from the victim's hand.
Yes, but I can't delete one thing. Damn, sucks to suck, skill issue.
Which means that whatever number turned up on the die should have been set by that point. It couldn't have changed.
You know what that could also be? Maybe the number didn't change between the first 2 times. the first time he only saw it from the side, so he read 3. But the other time, we held him up, so he saw it from the top. And that's when he read the number 2. That makes sense. And the third time it was different because he didn't impact the ground, but the car, so it rolled differently. And now it all adds up. That can explain away that bullshittery I saw on the first go through.
You're right. Do you have a counter argument for this?
In that case, perhaps this explains it.
Here's the angle from which he saw it. Yup. I like how I figured it out myself before they forced me to figure it out this way.
The angle from which he saw the die would have been different.
The angle?
The first time, the victim was lying face down.
Told you he would see it from the side.
If there was a die in his line of sight, he would have only seen one side of it.
What about the second time?
The second time, I arrived just a bit earlier, so I tried to help the victim up. At that moment, he probably saw the top side of the die.
I see. So that's how it went. It's true that under normal circumstances, only the number on the top of a die is read.
Yeah, but if he literally couldn't see it...
He landed on the taxi the third time, so it is possible that the roll of the die changed.
Fubuki, you sure are sharp this morning.
Yeah, she normally never uses her brain this much.
Really?
New clue. Die! I mean, I know it's referring to the die, but the fact that the clue literally just says, die. Okay. Got it, game. Are you trying to tell me something here? Alright, and we got a message. We updated the message.
So basically, it went like this. The victim fell from the rooftop while holding a die. He dropped it once he hit the ground. Which means the die was cast. As the victim was knocking on death's door, he mumbled whatever number he saw.
But why?
Great job deducing that much, Fubuki.
Does it appear that I'm becoming a better detective?
Yeah, but not nearly as great as me.
We still lack an answer regarding the final part.
Yeah. Again, why did he mumble that number? And why did he fall off?
The final part?
What was the victim trying to communicate with his dying message?
Now that you mention it, you're totally right. Why did he even bother reading the number on the die?
He fell off. L plus ratio.
Perhaps it was to inform us of the identity of the culprit?
There is no doubt that the die was meant to point out the culprit. Nearing death, the victim sought out the die to inform you of that. But in his daze, the best he could do was say the number he saw.
So the die was pointing out the culprit?
It's related to the casino. Again.
Wait, wasn't there a place that had something to do with dice in the building the victim fell from?
Yeah, 4th floor, casino.
Oh, so perhaps the culprit was in there?
4th floor, casino. Floor 4, casino indeed.
Perhaps the culprit was in the casino on the 4th floor?
That's probably it.
You did it, princess! I didn't think
But
you'd
still,
be
how
able
would
to
he
figure
fall
it out.
off? Again, the windows can't be opened, and there were no shards of glass indicating that he was smashed through the window. That's why they assumed he had to have jumped from the roof. But on the roof there's a fence, so he must have climbed it.
There is no way I could have done so on my own. You have my deepest thanks, Halara and Desuhiko.
Yep, now bow down to my charisma.
Smashing the window and then out. Yeah, again, but if the window was smashed, there would have also been shards of glass that fell down. And there weren't any. People would have noticed falling shards of glass. That is literally what I was just saying. It can't be opened. If he was shoved through the window, glass shards. got heated in and then out? That would be weird. Even then, wouldn't at least some shards have fallen down?
Still, we're just making assumptions here. We have no solid evidence. If someone said we made it all up based on his dying words, that'd be the end of it.
Actually, hang on. We know the Peacekeepers are shit when it comes to investigating. Who can say that the 4th floor wasn't renovating currently and they were replacing the windows? So yes, normally the windows can't be opened, but maybe they were renovating and that's why there weren't any windows in there. Or at least one window was removed. That's all they would have needed. And again, you add the shitty investigation skills of the Peacekeepers and all of a sudden, yeah, he could have only jumped from the roof by himself by climbing the fence.
But we made so much progress in our investigation. Is there nothing to be done about it, Halara?
It would be one thing if we had the die as evidence, but it would be extremely difficult to find now.
If only I had noticed it and picked it up.
No biggie. It's not something you notice normally.
Well, I feel like as a detective, when you see a murder happen, you would take in all the information you can. No matter how small.
What if we use your forte to find out where the die went?
I can't use my abilities while the victim is still alive.
Alright, so we kill him.
Damn, you make it sound so ominous.
Leaving this case alone is still a valid option.
Then again, if we kill him now, then the crime scene would become his hospital room. Right? So that also still wouldn't help us.
No one made a request for us to investigate, so it's not an urgent matter. The case will solve itself once the victim wakes up.
The culprit might attack the victim again before that happens. Since they didn't get him the first time, they might try to finish the job.
That would be terrible! This is all my responsibility! What should I do?
Nice sound effect, I guess.
I don't think there's any need for you to feel responsible, but I wouldn't feel good about leaving this unsolved.
That would be a lot of rewinding. Because again, happened a day ago. Starting to see the neardo of the whole city. That would be very interesting. When everyone was replaced. Yeah, that would be very, very interesting.
Hey, Halara. You know of any ways around this?
There is one.
Stop teasing us and just say it! Oh, and before you ask, I'm not paying a damn thing.
A clue, then. Ask the fortune teller.
Huh.
Are you a villager in an RPG or something?
The fortune teller!
Huh? Did something spring to mind?
I told you in the beginning, remember? A fortune teller approached me.
What's that got to do with this case?
You should interrogate that fortune teller about the casino. You may hear something interesting.
True. Just not in an RPG. Actually, she is not entirely an NPC. Because there is a chapter coming up in which she is in fact playable. So, yeah. She's in fact not a non-playable character. But that reminds me, yeah, that fortune teller was definitely related. Because they were specifically telling us if we wanted to do some gambling, now would be the perfect time to do it. They were definitely trying to steer us towards the casino in that case, right? I mean, come on. Fortune teller telling us, hey, if you want to go gambling, now is your chance. And literally just a few buildings away, down the road, they have a casino. I mean, come on.
I understand. I shall depart after breakfast.
But hey, are you going alone? Fine, I'll join you. Halara, you're coming with, right?
I'm not going without a formal request.
Alright, she's not coming with.
So much for being friends.
All you have done is more than enough for me. Thank you very much. I can handle the rest on my own.
I'm here too, you know.
So is he actually gonna join us, or is Fubuki just gonna run off? Wouldn't blame her, honestly. would not blame her. Sponsored by Amaterasu, of course everything is sponsored.
Hey, you there!
Us?
Yes, you lovebirds. You make one fine pair.
I am sorry, no they don't. They really don't.
You will succeed in all you do today. Consider it your lucky day, so to speak.
Well, that's funny. I thought my lucky day was yesterday. Interesting.
Lucky day?
Again, 2 days in a row?
Yes, it'll be the best day of your life. If you were ever to play a game of chance, today would be the day. Shall I read your fortune? I'll tell you what your lucky number is.
Yes, please.
Oh boy, here we go.
It appears that multiples of 3 are your lucky numbers. If you're going to gamble, be sure to bet on increments of 3.
I get it. This is what Halara was getting at.
Ha! Well, we did get a 3 pointed out to us the first time, so, you know. Yeah, she totally works for the casino. Again, it makes sense. It's literally right down the road.
What do you mean?
You're in bed with that casino up ahead, aren't you?
What are you saying? Casino? I don't know what you're talking about.
You claim we have good luck to scam us at the casino.
That's a baseless accusation. I'm just an ordinary fortune teller.
Sure you are.
You must have heard about the guy who fell from the casino's building. The victim was nearly killed by someone who works there. I bet he knew too much about your secret.
Ooh, shit.
If you know something,
Call out?
you better cough it up now. Or you might be next.
Damn. Didn't know Desuhiko was able to apply pressure like that.
And if you're working with dangerous people, you should call it quits today. We can take care of the rest, so tell us what you know.
Okay, roll for intimidation. Let's go. Nat 20 or?
As you said, my job is to
Okay, he
lure
rolled high.
customers
Let's
in
go.
and guide them to the casino.
Rolled high for intimidation. Nice going, Desuhiko.
The lucky number thing is all a lie. In fact, if they pick those numbers, they will surely lose.
Those are two words. Oh no, wait, this isn't Fontaine.
But I truly believed it was my lucky day.
I'm sorry. I actually don't know how to tell anyone's fortune. I just followed the manual.
And that manual was made by the casino?
Yes. Cheating is rampant in the casino. They really conduct some dirty business there.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Do you know the man who fell from the building?
Yes. He's what they call a hired plant. He mixes in with the customers and steers them a certain way so the casino can cheat them.
Ha, so he was a bad guy, so he deserved it. Well, he didn't die, but he deserved, like, the injury. Damn, I'm a bad person for saying he deserved it. Now I deserve it.
So,
if something happens to
my
me.
ears perked up when I heard he attempted to kill himself. I knew he'd made a mistake and was being silenced.
I see. So that's what it was.
See you in a bit then, Rob. Updated. The identity of the man who fell.
Hey, are you really gonna do something about them? If they find out I told you all this...
Leave it to me. Who do you think I am? I am the superstar
And he's
detective,
all fired up now because he's
Slayer of
helping
evil,
an innocent
Desuhiko
woman.
Thunderbolt!
That's not very reassuring.
It appears the entire casino is in on this crime. There will only be more victims if we leave them be.
So, damn, they don't know the resistance yet. Otherwise, they could have asked for some more bombs. Blow up the casino. Do it now.
We might as well see this through to the end. Though, I bet the chief would tell us to stay out of trouble.
But what shall we do? We lack even a single piece of evidence. I would feel
Bomb
terrible
away.
if we had involved the fortune teller more than necessary.
I guess we'll have to rush in from the front.
Pretend to be
Which
customers?
We are going on an adventure!
We're gonna pretend to be customers then, huh?
Yeah!
Are they really gonna be all right?
No, they're not.
This looks like the place.
Let's check it out.
Indeed. Do you have a plan, Desuhiko?
Of course. The plan name is Leave Things to Chance.
As you do in the casino.
Wow, that sounds exciting.
Let's go, Fubuki!
Right.
Wait.
Oh, you're here after all?
Halara, what are you doing here?
And what's in the briefcase?
I knew you'd rush in without a plan.
You are correct, Halara.
Carelessly sowing confusion will simply result in more victims. Don't be so rash.
Are you trying to get in our way? It'd be one thing if you just stayed out of it.
If you work for free, you can come along. If not, then stay out of it.
I'm saying the
We
two
don't
of you
talk
don't
about the
stand a
briefcase.
chance.
Okay.
If you're up against a casino, let me handle it.
Are you going to help us?
Bet on me and you are sure to win. Listen, here's the plan.
We're not gonna hear the plan, are we? We're gonna see it play out, but we're not gonna know what it is. Alrighty then. Where's Desuhiko? Is he not coming along? I guess not. Desuhiko might be infiltrating, pretending to be someone else. Because, I mean, he has the disguise ability, right?
Welcome.
Biggest female. Again, we don't know what's in Halara's pants.
I'd like to convert all this into chips.
How much money is that?
Right away.
Call the owner over. I'd like to play a game.
Oh god, the men in black are here! Oh no, they're gonna erase our memories after this.
Tell the owner I want to talk to him about that attempted suicide.
Understood.
What's in your pants determination? It's cat pics for her, yes.
How can I help you? You don't seem affiliated with the Peacekeepers.
We're not, we're detectives, thanks for
I'll
asking.
be direct. You tried to erase one of your hired plans.
What are you talking about?
I'll bet all of my chips. If you win, then this issue will disappear. We'll conclude our investigation and never return.
And you get to keep the money. Isn't that nice?
And of course, you can keep all the chips.
Halara, are you sure about this?
And if you win?
Then you tell us everything? You confess?
You will confess your crimes and turn yourself into the Peacekeepers.
Very well. I don't know what crime you're speaking of, but
Yeah, sure you don't know, but you're gonna know real quick once we win.
as the owner of the casino, I cannot turn down such a direct challenge.
And see, here's the thing. When playing a game of chance, having the ability to rewind time, again, kind of broken.
I expect you to keep your word.
Of course, and you as well. So, what would you like to play?
Bring some dice.
A game of craps?
Yes, but let's cut out all of the complicated rules. This game will consist of 4 dice. Each player will take 2 and roll them at the same time. Whoever gets exactly 7 wins.
Alright.
If both rolls land on 7, then it's a draw and the game continues.
Very well. We will prepare the dice. Are you fine with that?
Oh, time for it to be rigged.
I don't mind.
It's gonna be weighted dice. Absolutely weighted. Has to be.
You'll roll the dice.
Yeah, and if anything goes wrong, you rewind and try again. And again. And again until you get it right.
What? Me? But you are far better at gambling, Halara.
I'm going to find out what's going on. Just roll the dice like you normally would.
And then rewind and try again.
However, if the opponent rolls a 7, turn back time.
Oh, right. I do have that ability.
Oh right, yeah, that whole thing that I'm all about. Yeah, oh, now that you mention it, I totally remember.
Are you ready? Let's play.
Rewind. Oh yeah,
well,
right.
Well, looks like that's game.
Rewind. It's rewind time.
However, if the opponent rolls a 7, turn back time.
They will roll a 7 on the first attempt.
Halara, I just turned back time. He rolled a 7 right at the start. And my roll was terrible, by the way. I completely lost.
I knew it. But you can do this as many times as you want. That's your strength.
Yeah, so we just have to tie now, right?
Right.
Also, as many times as she wants, that's generous. I mean, kind of, yes. But it does get tiring after a while.
Are you done with your huddle?
But she doesn't rewind a lot. Since she only rewinds a very, very small time frame here, it should be okay.
No amount of planning will help with dice. You must let luck take over from here. Now, let us play.
Yes, game on. This time.
Oh wow! Again!
Why?
Stop shaking, just try again and again and again.
Looks like that's game.
However, if the opponent rolls a 7, turn back time.
Halara, you should be noticing the way Fubuki looks right now.
I have returned. This is the second time. The opponent rolled 7 on the first throw both times. And the timing of the dice roll was different from before, so I thought there would be different numbers. Are casino owners blessed with natural luck?
No, it's just... there's weights in the dice.
No, it's not luck. He's probably cheating.
They supplied the dice.
Cheating?
Seems like he's going all out. Well then, there's no reason for us to hold back either.
But what are you going to do? If he can cast a 7 each time through cheating, no amount of turning back time will help.
Yeah?
Moreover, there is a limit to how many times I can use my ability.
There is a way to prevent his cheating.
There is? Hey, can we exchange dice? There shouldn't be an issue with that, right?
Really?
However, prevention doesn't guarantee us victory.
Just say, hey, by the way, no reason in particular. Can we roll the blue ones and you get the red ones? We just prefer the color blue because it matches our hair. Perfect excuse, go for it.
In order for us to win, you must roll a 7.
Oh, right.
Can you do it this time, Fubuki?
I can certainly try.
Just ask him to exchange it. If they aren't rigged, then he shouldn't have any problem switching them.
I became a detective by challenging my own fate. I refuse to lose here.
I'll join you in your battle.
Right.
Are you done with your little meeting? You can talk all you want, but I don't think it will change the numbers on the dice. Now, shall we play?
Sure.
Before we begin, I'm thirsty. Can I get some water?
Very well.
Right, give her some time to recover as well by doing that. Also a smart decision. Oopsie.
Oh, excuse me.
What are you trying to do?
My hand slipped. Let's begin.
Very well.
I'm counting on you, Fubuki. This game won't end until you win 7.
Leave it to me! Come on, 7. Come on, 7. There!
You...
And there's Desuhiko. That's Desuhiko, right? Never mind, he's gone.
Incredible! I won! I really won!
Nice distraction technique. If it works, it works.
Impossible! I can't lose with these dice!
Why can't you lose with
Seems
them?
like the game is over. You must now confess your crimes.
And then he died. The end. Come on! Show me the ending of this story. And then there's one more DLC we're gonna be doing today. And the next week there's only 2 DLCs left. So next week's stream might be shorter unless I can find some way to fill it up a little bit more.
I'm glad to see you have regained consciousness. Are you alright after that awful fall?
What? No, it's me, Desuhiko.
You had to go off screen for that real quick.
We went over this before we entered the casino. Were you even listening?
As I suspected, the dice used by the casino were rigged. The victim must have intended to let others know about it with a dying message.
And he failed.
It was obvious they'd cheat if we challenged them to a match involving dice.
Which is where I came in.
Hoodie! What's up? How you doing? Welcome, Raiders! Singular. How are you doing? How was your stream? How was your stream? You were playing Genshin again, I would assume, right? I can't really stick around for your Genshin streams especially, because I would spoil myself. And I wouldn't dare spoil myself. It's gonna be a fun one, when I eventually get to it. Again, this coming week, I will definitely try to get in a Genshin stream. I have lurkers, there's more... You know what? Fair. You can never count out the lurkers. So hello to the lurkers as well. How's everyone doing? I'm Code. Hello, I stream games as well. Also Genshin, by the way. In case anyone else is interested in that. I just don't stream it as regularly, sadly. But yeah, I'm currently doing my second to last stream of this lovely game. Which is fun. Master Detective Archives, can recommend. We're doing currently the DLC stories, which are progressing relatively quickly.
Well, I distracted the staff. Halara messed with the dice.
So that is what happened.
But yeah, we just found out that a casino owner
I
was
was
totally
only able to
cheating.
win thanks to Halara.
No, I didn't touch your dice, Fubuki.
Aw, it was her lucky day after all.
Huh? Then I really rolled a 7 on my own?
Yes, you won that game.
Really? Thank goodness! I won that game!
Yeah, she only touched the opponent's
Great
dice.
job, princess.
It's super hard, brain still processing. Oh, I'm really looking forward to that then.
Even if it was just a little bit, I believe I grew as a detective.
And that's Fubuki's DLC story done. So you know what? Everyone who raided arrived just in time for us to start the final DLC story of the day. I might not come back. See, alright, Rob. Thanks for being here, though. Good luck dealing with that dying internet. And no, Spin, I don't know what's funny. Oh, there's a little bit more to this story. Okay, let's see it.
Hey, Halara, please do something. Fubuki has been completely obsessed since that day. There's no way I can win against someone who can turn back time.
How rude. I would never cheat like that. Come on, Desuhiko. One more game.
She too lucky now. Are we done with Fontaine? There's no way we're already done with Fontaine. No way. But we'll see. I'll see when I get there. I'll see when I get there. I mean, we only just got to Fontaine, right? Alright, there we go. Man Who Fell, what a name. Okay, now let's start the final story quest of the day. I say story quest already like I'm in Genshin. Raining cats and dog. The Nocturnal Detective Agency receives a request to investigate an unusual drowning. Was it suicide or murder? Will Master Detective Halara be able to solve this odd and onerous case? Let's find out. Cat ears and a cat tail. That is adorable. That does sound very adorable. Alright, Halara. Let's see it in action. This lovely DLC story. And then next week we'll be doing Vivia and Chief Yako. Looking forward to that.
Halara, do you know where the milk I
Speak
put
of
in
the
the
devil.
fridge went? I
There's
was saving
Yako.
it for my coffee.
Beats me.
That's my seat, you know.
How much?
Huh?
How much do you want for it? I'll pay your asking price. Well?
You gotta be kidding. Fine. Just keep sitting.
No, you could have gotten
I
some
will.
money. You give it to her for free?
Someone's coming. I wasn't expecting guests today.
I guess that's our client.
Right this way. It's a bit cramped in here.
Are you the chief of the Nocturnal Detective Agency? My name is Tetra. Pleased to meet you.
Yes, Halara is totally the chief. Sorry, Yako, it's just, you know.
I'm the chief. That's just one of our detectives.
Oh, excuse me. Your detective was sitting at the biggest desk here, so I assumed that...
It is his desk, technically.
My seat gets stolen the moment I leave it open. Let's sit down.
I was told you investigate murders.
Among other things, yes.
A murder case. It's possible for us to handle it, but what we can or can't do depends on whether or not the peacekeepers have already gone through it.
I see. My father passed away in a rather bizarre manner.
Ah.
The peacekeepers declared it was an accidental death.
And it totally wasn't. We already know that.
But
they always like to sweep
I
things under
just
the
can't
rug.
believe it was an accident.
Happily patting a cat. Ah! Too adorable.
The peacekeepers usually try to declare any unnatural deaths as accidents. Why do you suspect that it wasn't one?
My father kept tropical fish as a hobby. One morning, he was found dead, drowned with his head stuck in the fish tank. Do you really think that could be an accident?
It does sound unlikely.
He drowned with his head stuck in a fish tank? Can you describe the situation?
The fish tank is set rather low, so you can view it from above. My father was in a kneeling position, with his head dunked into the water.
That sure is bizarre. What did the peacekeepers have to say?
Did they say suicide? Did they say unfortunate accident? Well, they did say unfortunate accident, but still.
They say he was electrocuted, and passed out when he touched the temperature control switch with wet hands.
Huh.
And he fell into the water and drowned, unfortunately.
Are you sure the cause of death was drowning?
Yes,
That appears to be the case, without a doubt. A trustworthy doctor did the autopsy.
I see. From what you've said, you can't really deny that it could have been an accident.
No, the problem is the room where my father passed away. It was obvious that someone else had rummaged around.
That does make it a little more sus.
What do you mean?
Well, the room has lots of tropical fish tanks lined up.
We're gonna be using Halara's forte, absolutely gonna be using it.
But on the day my father died, all of them were shattered to pieces. And of course there was water and dead fish all over the floor.
Aw, the poor fishies, they didn't deserve that.
Someone must have forced their way into the room to do something so terrible. I believe my father was murdered by whoever did that. This must be a murder. Please uncover the truth of my father's death.
Halara!
What do you think, Halara?
Beats me. I wasn't paying attention.
Bitch, come on, get your ass up. This is your DLC story. Do the work.
Don't lie. There's no way you couldn't hear us.
You can assume I don't exist, unless pay is involved.
I can pay. My father left me an inheritance.
Oh, don't mind my detective. Our rates are always reasonable here.
Well, for most of us. Can't really say that for Halara.
Then you'll investigate this case on my behalf?
Huh? Yes, of course. As detectives sworn to protect this town, we can't leave any mysteries unsolved.
There you go, Yako.
Thank you. I'm so happy I worked up the courage to come here.
The Nocturnal Detective Agency is here to protect the peace of Kanai Ward. You can always count on us. As for investigating this case, we'll check out the crime scene soon. Promise.
Yeah, just take us there, specifically Halara, so she can use her forte. And view the crime scene at the time it was first discovered.
Jeez.
That was rather reckless of you to promise.
It's not like I have a choice. I can't just abandon people in need.
Halara can, though.
I'm Yaku Furio, chief of the Nocturnal Detective Agency. I gotta protect this town.
Do you even have a single lead to solve this case?
But we have you.
What? Of course. I'm a detective
What's up,
after all.
Gabe? Hello. Welcome to my second to last Raincoat stream. I can't believe it's already approaching the end. Man. And after that, it's the DLC time, something I know a lot of people are waiting for. Me included, honestly. Blue and red earrings, true, they are mismatched, interestingly enough. Type of fish, nice going. Ooh! Didn't even catch the reference. Nice catch there, Gabe. Nice catch.
If I proceed with the investigation, I'm sure I can find some kind of clue.
Alright, let's wrap up this DLC story. Well, I say that, but we just got started. First, we gotta somehow get Halara to actually agree to this.
But I'll need your help, Halara.
That depends on the payment.
You know I don't have a lot of money.
And you know that I don't work for cheap.
Then, how about a deal instead?
You get the desk if you help.
What deal?
If you solve this case, I'll let you keep a cat here.
Even better! Although you know she has allergies, right? We know she has allergies. But still, can you really refuse this offer? Come on. Oh! We got her attention!
Really?
Yes, really.
Oh, she's in!
Hey, where are you going?
To the crime scene.
To the crime scene.
I pulled the ultimate Joestar move. Your next line will be...
Hold on. The client just left. Why don't you wait until tomorrow?
Fine. I shall review the case's records until then.
Halara's fee is cheaper than I thought.
You do realize though, Yako, if you let her keep a cat here, you're gonna have to take care of the cat. Because she has allergies. She can't take care of it quite as much as she would like. So you're gonna have to step in a little bit. Except that never came to be, because you kind of die before you get to bring a cat in here. I'm sorry, Yako, that you never got to make good on this promise. But more than anything, we should be sorry for Halara. Alright, let's do this. Already at the crime scene, huh?
Thank you for coming. You really are willing to investigate the case.
Of course, we made a nice deal.
Well, that's our duty at the Nocturnal Detective Agency. Your house is pretty big. Your father must have been well off.
Yes. My father owned a medical devices company. He
And that's
contributed
probably
to
why
CodeErr
she had
Works
contact
medical
with a trustworthy
advancements for
doctor
years.
who could do the autopsy.
I simply can't believe he met his end like this.
We'll find justice for him.
Thank you. I am in your debt. This is my fiancé, Jaren. We've been living together for about a year now.
And Jaren is the only other named character we've been introduced to in this story chapter so far, which makes him a very likely suspect. I am very sorry. Alright. Yeah, again, culprit, again, very likely suspect. Theory crafting time. So this family is very well off financially. So this dude gets together with the daughter of this family, then kills the dad so they would get the inheritance, and then he's probably trying to sneak his way out of there with a big portion of the inheritance money that belongs to the daughter, to Tetra. That's my theory as to what's going on. Just trying to get that inheritance money from someone else's family.
Nice to meet you. I'd like to ask you more about the details later, but can we take a look at the scene for now? Oh, before that, do you have a photo of your father?
Of course. Here's a picture from when he was still alive.
Thank you. Halara, over here. I'll leave the investigation
first clue.
to you. It's a bit too cramped for all of us to be wandering about. I'll keep speaking to them outside. Talk to me when you're done.
Understood.
Alright, is it forte
Now,
time?
Time to review the cards I've been dealt.
Investigation. I guess first we'll look at the present.
Definitely want to remember this.
And clues you can review useful information. Yeah. Alright, let's look at the present day incident first. Floor.
Right.
There are some stains on the floor. It is likely due to the water spilled from the fish tanks. Other than that, nothing else too suspicious. New clue, the floor. Fish keeping equipment.
I see.
Equipment and food for the tropical fish are placed together. Seems like nothing has been used since the incident. There's some dust. Broken fish tank.
All of the fish tanks have been shattered.
And this, for some reason, is voiced. Why? The other ones were clues as well. Why is this clue voice? Again, I don't get the inconsistency in these sub-stories.
There's broken glass scattered on the inside, which means it's certain someone smashed it inward. Why would someone do this?
Maybe because they didn't want to take care of the fish after the dad was dead. They're like, I'm just interested in getting the inheritance money. I don't want to take care of some stupid fish. I'm gonna kill them all.
It's a regular sliding window with a crescent lock. There are no suspicious marks on it. There's a small veranda outside. We're on the 2nd floor, so any rain that falls off the eaves flows to the drain.
Okay. And since there are no marks and it's not broken, we can assume that the culprit didn't break in through here, especially because 2nd floor. At least that's what we can assume. Unless... Okay, never mind. Actually, scratch that idea. The window was open and it rained into the room a little bit. Like any rain out there would drain, but if it rains in a little bit, then the floor would be wet. And in order to cover up the fact that the floor was wet because the window was open, they smashed the fish tanks to make it look like that is the only reason the floor was wet. So people would assume that the window was closed at the time of the incident. They probably closed it after they were done. Vent.
An ordinary vent.
If it's so ordinary, why is it voiced?
There's some blue paint on the inner side of the frame. Looks like something rubbed against it. This may have something to do with the case.
Interesting. Also, the markings on the wall. Do they continue over? Yes, they go all around. Was this entire room partially flooded? How would the entire room be flooded, though? That does not make any sense. Wall stains.
What is this? There's a stain here that looks like a horizontal line. Upon close inspection, there appears to be a faint outline of the same stain along all 4 walls.
Curious. Still don't get why the room would be flooded, though. Especially up that high. There must have been something else, because there's no way it was flooded this much. But what else could have caused those stains all the way around? Interesting. Let's check the door.
There is a sticky substance stuck to the door frame. Perhaps tape residue?
So the door was sealed off, so the water wouldn't leak out if this room was flooded. Again though, why would the entire room be flooded? I investigated all the things of note, but... Yeah, I know, Forte. Wait. Okay, I think I'm starting to put stuff together. As to how the... But that wouldn't explain how he then ended up in this position when everything was over. See, my theory was maybe... Okay, maybe they taped this off, then went outside, somehow were able to redirect some kind of pipe or something through the vent, and then flooded the entire room after they were already outside. But that doesn't explain why he would then end up in this position when everything was over.
That's about all I can investigate for now. I should go talk to our clients before I observe the crime scene at the time the body was discovered. The crime scene has been inspected, Chief.
Thanks.
But we're not done yet.
There are a few things I'd like to confirm.
Yes, please ask me anything.
Can you give me the details of when you discovered the body?
It was, I think, around 6 in the morning.
So this room could have flooded overnight.
My father usually woke up early for breakfast, but when I went to get him, he wasn't in his room. So I looked around and noticed Sugar barking at this room.
Sugar is, I assume, your dog?
Sugar?
That's the name of our dog.
Doggy.
Hey!
See, Halara likes all pets, just prefers cats, and I agree. Cats are the superior pet if you have to choose between cats and dogs, but dogs are still adorable.
Sugar sure is happy. She's rarely friendly with anyone.
She barks at me all the time.
Yeah, because you're a murderer.
There.
Shall we continue?
Oh, sorry. Sugar was barking in front of the room, so I opened the door to take a look. There I saw my father. His head was in the fish tank. He was already gone.
So, okay, at the time the body was discovered, the door wasn't held closed with tape anymore, and the room wasn't flooded. But at one point that definitely seems to have happened.
I heard her scream and ran over, but what I saw took my breath away. The fish tanks were all destroyed. The floor was covered with water. All the tropical fish Father loved were scattered across the floor, dead.
Were they valuable?
I'm not sure. I don't know how much they were worth, but the fact is, my father cared for them a great deal.
Mm-hmm. If the fish were expensive, do you think someone tried to steal them?
Again, I think the fish tanks were smashed to cover up the fact why the floor was truly wet. And again, judging by the stains and the fact that the door was taped shut, it feels like for some reason they tried to flood the entire room, but I don't quite understand why.
Are you implying my father's murder was an afterthought?
Well, I'm just considering possibilities.
If they were going to steal the fish, I doubt they'd smash the tanks.
You're right.
Do you know the estimated time of death for the victim?
I believe it was around 10 o'clock the night before.
When was the last time you saw him alive?
Right around 7 that night. I ate dinner with him. He went to his room after that.
Okay, estimated time of death. We'll take that.
Does anyone else live here?
It's just me and him now. The servant left after making dinner before 7.
So the servant is another potential suspect then. But I'm not so sure.
Tell me, what were you doing around 10 that night?
After finishing dinner with my father, I did some cleaning and washed the dishes. Jaren came to the dining hall around 8 for dinner. And then we watched TV in the living room until around midnight.
Huh, okay. Interestingly enough, that still could work out. Maybe he gave himself an alibi. He had about an hour to kill the dad and set everything up. Might have been enough time. I think an hour might have been enough time to set it up, possibly. And then he flooded the room, so slowly flooded the room, so the dad wouldn't die until later. And at that point, he would have an alibi for the time of death. Because he would die because of the flooding, because of the rising water levels, while he was sitting there watching TV with Tetra. Haha! See, that would make sense. That would explain why they did the flooding thing.
Yes. I know for certain we were together between 8 and midnight.
And then to drain the room, they just would have had to open the window out to the balcony, because everything would then be perfectly capable of draining from there.
Did you ever get up during that time? Such as to go to the bathroom?
I don't think so.
Were there any screams or sounds of a struggle around 10 at night?
No, not at all.
Again, at that time the murder had already taken place.
I see. That leaves me wondering who entered
well,
that
set
room,
up at least.
when they did, and why they smashed all the fish tanks.
So do you like my theory so far? I think it's pretty alright. So dude comes in because rich family. Marries the daughter of this rich person, kills said rich person. So the inheritance comes down to him and his now tragically fatherless fiance. And then he takes what he can of that money. And the way he committed the murder was he knocked him out somehow. Electricity, I think, is what was mentioned earlier. Smashed the fish tanks either before or after everything was done, so that would be like an excuse as to why the floor is wet. But the real reason why the floor would have been wet is because he taped the edges of the door shut, and then through the vent had like some kind of pipe or hose or something to start flooding the room. At that point, he would then go and watch TV with his fiance. Meaning that as the water levels rise, eventually they would cover the dad's face and he would drown while unconscious. And while he was drowning, the dude would have an alibi because he was sitting down there watching TV while that was taking place. Then later he would just have to remove the hose, open the window to the balcony so everything would drain, because there is a drain on the balcony. And then once everything is done, remove the tape from the door. And that is how I think it played out. Let's see.
The fish tanks are large and have thick glass. You'd think you'd hear them being smashed.
True. All I know for certain is that we didn't hear anything like that.
Again, so that might mean it happened after they supposedly went to bed and were asleep.
Do you often come in and out of this room?
Not at all. Only my father used this room.
What did the peacekeepers have to say when they saw the state of things in the room?
They said my father was stressed out. That he lost control and smashed all the tanks himself.
A likely
Was he
story.
actually stressed out?
Sure.
Truth be told, my father was lamenting over a prized tropical fish he had accidentally killed that morning. I thought he could have done something extreme, given how much he regretted his mistake.
Yeah, so he kills all the other ones too.
He did look rather depressed.
Still, my mild-mannered father would never do something like this.
Did you notice anything strange about your father during dinner?
He was sad about the fish, but he ate normally. I didn't notice anything in particular.
It's hard to think he was so distraught that he'd smash all the tanks on his own.
You're right. But that's what the peacekeepers told us happened.
Yeah, but the peacekeepers are idiots.
I'll take another look around. For now, I'd like to ask you to leave the room.
So you're gonna do that thing, yeah? I'm counting on you. Let's wait outside.
Alright, time to do your thing. Let's see how it looked back then. When the body was initially found.
The trump card is still face down. Time to use my post-cognition to see how things were at the time the body was first discovered.
Alright. Checking the door again. Even in post-cognition, traces of sticky substance are on the frame. Is there some kind of tape? Is some kind of tape stuck on it? Update. Broken fish tank.
I see.
Well, tank seems to have been smashed inward. There's not much difference from the room in its present state. Update. Feeding equipment.
I see.
At the time the body was found, many things were scattered around. Could this sort of mess be caused by just a broken fish tank? Well, maybe stuff was floating all over the place as the room was being flooded, and that's why everything's in random spots now. Let's check the floor again.
There are dead tropical fish everywhere. The whole floor is completely drenched.
Wow, and that was voice acted for some reason. Window.
It's not locked. Anyone could come and go through here.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps this is how the culprit entered the place.
It's definitely how he drained all the liquid in the room.
There's
Yep, and that further proves it.
On the veranda.
That further proves it. They drained the room and a few fish went out there too. Haha.
Why would that be there?
I think I have like a general understanding. We'll see how correct I am later.
The paint stuck on the frame can be seen here.
That was voice acted for some reason. Again, there's like no consistency as to what is voice acted and what isn't. It seems the stains in the walls were present when the body was found. I don't see any particular differences. No, the stains are darker than they are currently. Does that mean they were made around this time? Why, yes, they were. Alright, let's finally look at the corpse.
The victim's body is kneeling against the edge of a fish tank, with his head inside.
And I think we can pretty clearly see that the entire body is wet. Which further lends to the fact that there was a flooding here. If he truly was in that position, there's no reason as to why his upper body would be wet. Unless, if the room was flooded, because his head is what was in the fish tank, and even if we assume that he killed himself as he smashed the window there at the fish tank, then it doesn't explain why his upper body up there is wet. The hole is too low.
Like the other tanks, this one is smashed up too. Looking closely, he is soaking wet. It'd make sense if it was just his upper body. But for his whole body to be soaked is unusual.
Again, the pants make sense if for some reason he smashed the fish tank then and there as he killed himself. But then he wouldn't have drowned. Because the water would have drained.
I'm beginning to see the truth behind this case. That's all the investigating I need to do for now.
Alright, back to the present.
Are you done?
Oh. Oh, what's that? A pipe?
The dog has something in her mouth.
Hey, Sugar!
What's this?
That's Sugar's favorite toy. It's just a rubber hose tied up in a knot.
A rubber hose, huh? A blue rubber hose, like the blue paint residue we found near the vent, perhaps?
Ever since she was a puppy, Sugar has loved playing tug-of-war with a rubber hose. So I still make toys out of hoses like this. But I don't think I made one for her recently. Where did she get it from?
Yeah, where from indeed?
Wow, that's interesting. Let me take a look.
Wait, don't touch it.
What's wrong?
Put that in a plastic bag without touching it directly. I believe it's evidence.
That's
We're gonna
evidence?
get... Are we gonna get fingerprints? We're trying to get prints? First time we've done that.
Consider it a precaution.
New clue.
How's the investigation going? Are the peacekeepers right? Did my father pass away due to an accident?
Seems more and more unlikely the more we uncover.
Or was it...
The answer is clear. This was no accident, but a murder.
Huh? Really?
Again, someone must have cleaned up. Someone must have drained the water from this room after he was drowned. And obviously he couldn't have done that himself. And obviously when the body was found, the room was already drained, so...
What makes you think it's a murder?
My thinking.
Well, everything is connected. Must be a murder because of... Well, the window could have been unlocked before. The floors, that doesn't really point to anything. But it definitely has to be because of the fish tanks. Because here's the thing. If he drowned with his head in a fish tank, how would he have smashed the tanks afterwards? And if he smashed them beforehand, then he couldn't have drowned. Because there would be no water in there. Because they're shattered.
The victim died with his head in the fish tank. Is that right?
Yes, that is certain.
As you can see, this fish tank was destroyed like all the others. That is far too strange. It means something logically impossible occurred.
Impossible? What do you mean?
Imagine doing suspicious stew. So it couldn't be me. Sucks to suck, spirit.
I shouldn't have to explain it. If the victim drowned with his head in the tank, then it had to be filled with water. But as you can see, the fish tank is destroyed, meaning it is unable to contain water. Like with the other tanks, the water spilled out when it was smashed, emptying it. So how could the victim drown in a fish tank that held no water?
Oh, now that you mention it.
The peacekeepers claim the victim was disoriented and smashed the fish tanks himself.
Again, in that case, he couldn't have drowned.
But if the victim was still alive when he smashed the fish tanks, it would have been impossible for him to have drowned. In other words, the victim was drowned, then placed next to the fish tank to make it seem like an accident. The culprit must have believed this camouflage would be enough to fool the peacekeepers.
Honestly, it would have worked better if they smashed all the fish tanks except for the one he was drowned in, or just smash one of the fish tanks. And that would be enough to explain why the floor is wet. The peacekeepers wouldn't read too much into it.
So my father was murdered.
Yes, there is no mistake about it. This is murder.
Hold on. If the culprit wanted to make the victim look like he drowned, why did they destroy the fish tank?
Well, to explain why the floor was wet.
Didn't they realize their cover would be blown? And plus, all the fish tanks were destroyed. Not just that one.
Yeah, because they needed to make the floor look very, very wet.
It must have been part of their plan for the peacekeepers to overlook this contradiction. However, destroying the tanks required a lot of effort. If the culprit did so despite the contradiction it created, then we have to assume there was an unavoidable reason behind it.
Again, they really should have just left that one intact.
An unavoidable
and it would have made more
reason.
sense.
So, who is the culprit?
I must investigate further to find that out. I'll report back once I find the answer.
Yes, please.
Has anyone outside your family entered or left the house recently?
I don't think so.
It's your fiancé.
Were there any tradesmen who came to work on your place?
I can't think of any.
It's your fiancé.
Allow me to change the question. Have you recently done any remodeling or repairs to the home?
Oh, now that you mention it, the rain gutters on the roof were broken, so Jaren fixed them.
Oh, did he now? Interesting that he did that.
He fixed the rain gutters?
Yes, he's an avid DIYer. He not only fixed the broken parts, but also checked the gutters around the whole building, which was a lot of work.
And I guess they were broken because perhaps there were still some fish stuck in them, and he had to make sure nobody would get suspicious. So he had to get all those fish out of there. Could that be it? They were clogged?
That concludes my investigation.
What? Are you sure that's enough? Jeez, you're always off in your own world. I'm sorry about that. Our ace detective isn't very friendly. That being said, I believe this case will be solved soon.
Oh yeah, very
Please be
soon.
patient for just a bit.
I already have a good working theory.
Thank you.
And a prime suspect. Let's piece it together. Come on, throw your questions at me.
Halara, just as you suspected, it could be the fiancé.
Oh, so she came to the same conclusion.
Jaren has been living in the client's home and mooching off her since he got fired from his job a year back. He's in quite a lot of debt, too. At one point, he was spending almost all his time in casinos.
Uh-huh.
He kept asking the client's father for money, but was always denied. Seems the father was also against their marriage.
So money is the motive. If the father were to die, the daughter would inherit everything. So if he married her, the money would be his.
Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly my theory.
That man has an alibi.
About that alibi, in my theory earlier, where I also brought up this exact motivation, I also provided a reasoning as to why that alibi might not hold up.
The victim's estimated time of death is 10 at night. There's no mistake that Jaren was with the client at that time.
Yeah, but he didn't need to be in the room to drown his victim.
It makes no sense to suspect Tetra, since she's our client. So we have to assume his alibi is airtight.
Right. I agree.
His alibi is perfect.
It's not, it really isn't. Again, he had an hour of time to set everything up, which should be enough, I think.
Not only was he with Tetra at 10, but he was also with her for 2 hours before and after. So, as it stands, it's impossible for him to have killed the victim.
It's really not. 1 hour setup, then he is down there with the alibi, 5 hours of time to flood the room while he is down there, so the victim drowns, at right at the time of death, obviously, and then he comes back, drains the room, and covers it up.
No, the alibi isn't a problem. It's possible if a certain trick was used.
A trick?
But I still lack hard evidence. Perhaps it's worth rolling the dice here.
Hey, are you sure about this?
We'll make our
Of
move
course.
tonight. Let's go to the client.
Here we go. Are you ready for the big reveal, where I tell you that my theory was exactly right on the money, because Master Detective Code still got it. And I'll always have it.
Is it true that you know the truth behind this case?
That's right, miss. Allow me to explain. The key detail for this case is the victim's cause of death. Without a doubt, the victim died by drowning. But making it look like he drowned in the fish tank was camouflage. Why would such a thing even be needed? Because it secured the killer's alibi.
You said that the victim's time of death was around 10 p.m. In other words, the culprit secured their alibi at the same time as they murdered the victim. Is that really possible?
Yes.
Through a certain trick, it was possible to drown the victim even if the culprit wasn't there.
By just flooding the entire room.
Drown him without being there?
The trick the culprit used was...
Hose. Well, the vent and the hose are both accurate. Because the hose went through the vent. Again, it could be either one. I'm gonna say it's the hose. Shook the room, of course. I used the hose to shake the room. Oh, he flooded the room.
First, it involves this rubber hose.
That's Sugar's toy.
If you untie the knot, it returns to being a hose. This was what was first used in the crime.
How was it used? Don't tell me that's the murder weapon.
Ah, yes, no, of course.
If you check the vent, you'll see the color of paint scraped on there matches the hose. It was likely passed through the vent.
Someone put the hose in the vent. Why would anyone do that?
It's nothing special. The hose was simply used for its original purpose.
Yeah. Transport water.
Its original purpose?
One end of the hose was placed on the edge of the rain gutter on the veranda side. Prior to this, the culprit adjusted the rain gutter so that the hose could be inserted into it. The rainwater from the gutter passed through the hose, filling the room.
Huh? What do you mean? Halara, you think this place got flooded with rainwater?
Yeah, look along the walls.
That would drench the whole place.
And that's why they had to smash the fish tanks to cover it up.
When the body was found, the room was, in fact, drenched.
But that was because of the broken fish tanks, right?
Again, cover up, my dude.
That's part of it. But the main reason was due to rainwater pouring into the enclosed room.
Wait, what do you mean? What's the point in flooding this room with rainwater?
The culprit's goal was to secure their own alibi at the estimated time of death. This trick was necessary for that.
Because it essentially put the victim on a timer.
I don't get it. Can you explain from the beginning?
Let's go over what the culprit did on the day of the crime, in order. First, the culprit mixed sleeping pills into the victim's dinner. While the victim was asleep, the culprit proceeded to prepare the trick.
Sleeping pills in his food? That reminds me. My father did seem sleepy shortly after eating dinner.
Oh, well thank you for that extra information. That backs us up.
After dinner, the victim likely went to his room to lay down. The culprit then sneaked into his room and carried him out while he was asleep. That was how the victim was transported to this room.
At this point, you're sure he was still alive?
Of course. If the culprit murdered the victim earlier, then their alibi wouldn't have worked. The culprit had to murder him in such a way that would secure their alibi. The preparations were
Again,
done
I am
in this
so
room.
glad I am figuring this shit out.
After bringing the victim here, the culprit used duct tape on the gap near the door to weather strip it.
Weather strip? What's that?
Just to make sure the water doesn't leak into the hallway.
It prevents water from leaking outside.
What do you mean?
Let me explain. After weather stripping the door, the culprit started destroying the fish tanks. The culprit likely covered them with cloth to dampen the noise. Once he smashed all of them, he leaned the victim onto the fish tank. The culprit then moved to the window on the veranda and weather stripped the outside of it. Finally, they took the hose connected to the rain gutter and passed it through the vent to the inside of the room. Preparations in place, the culprit left through the veranda and returned to the mansion as if nothing had happened.
And again, that wouldn't have... They had an hour of time to do this, which I think should be plenty.
How does that complete everything? The victim was still alive at the time, right? When was he murdered?
When the room slowly filled up. Are you paying attention,
The
dude?
victim naturally drowned after being left alone for several hours.
Huh? How's that?
The rainwater from the rubber hose flooded the room in a few hours. The whole room was turned into a fish tank, this time filled with rainwater. And that is how the victim drowned.
The whole room was flooded?
Uh-huh.
That can't be.
The proof lies in the stained walls. The day of the murder, the room must have been filled to that line with rainwater.
Rainwater killed the victim?
Yeah, ironic considering the rain is also what's protecting everyone here, kind of.
Correct. Only in this city could such an approach be possible. The rain never stops in Kanai Ward. This makes it easy to estimate the amount of rainfall to a certain degree. So it is not impossible to create this alibi trick with some calculation.
I think that's a bit of a stretch.
Is it though? You also see the marks on the walls, right?
Wouldn't it take at least half a day for the room to fill with enough rainwater to drown the victim?
I'm sure it would require more rainwater than usual to accomplish it. Which means you'd need to gather all the rain falling around this giant mansion.
And he is the one who took care of all the drains.
Gather all of it? How?
It would require slight adjustments to the rain gutters. After that, the rainwater would flow to the veranda.
Adjustments to the rain gutters?
There would be plenty of water if all of the rain that pours upon the mansion is rerouted to this room. That explains how the culprit secured their alibi while drowning the victim. In the morning, before the body was found, they removed the weather stripping and drained the water through the veranda.
Yup. And after everything was drained, they removed the weather stripping on the door inside. And essentially that's it.
If you check the drain in the veranda, you should find dead tropical fish that were carried out with the rainwater. The culprit smashed the tanks beforehand to prevent rainwater from being stored inside. Well, that's how I would have done it. But maybe the culprit didn't realize that before they started draining the water. Seeing the fish tanks filled with rainwater, the culprit panicked and smashed all of the glass to hide the evidence. They must have carelessly broken the one fish tank the corpse was leaning on in the process. Isn't that how it went, Jared?
Oh!
You are the culprit.
Get called out, bitch! I knew it. Everyone knew it, essentially. The second he showed up, we all knew it from the start.
Is this some kind of joke? Why would I kill my father-in-law? That's stupid.
But you were fixing the rain gutters a few days before the incident.
That's because you asked me to fix them. How does fixing some stuff pin me as the culprit?
You had a motive too, by the way.
That's crazy talk.
Should we talk about his motive? Would that convince everyone more?
So you intend on maintaining that you're not the culprit?
Of course!
Then we'll have to ask our little friend for the answer. Come here, sugar. This is the rubber hose used for the trick. There are scrapes on its surface. That's the proof. I'm sure the culprit tried to dispose of it.
Get called out by
tying
the dog.
it into a knot before throwing it away. But our friend here found it for us. Good girl, sugar. Only the culprit has directly touched the rubber hose. I'm certain his scent is still on it. Tell us, sugar, who do you smell on this?
The one Sugar was already barking at before this happened.
So, it is you.
Any final words?
This is complete nonsense.
No? Nothing?
I won't accept it!
No? Okay. Just flat out denial. No actual proper final words.
If I have to, I'll kill all of you!
Yeah, that's one way to defend your innocence. Oh, I am not the killer. I'll kill all of you to prove my point.
Hey, don't tell me that you're really...
I was so close to
Oh shit, he's got a
all that
knife.
money.
You know, I would feel threatened if we didn't already know that Halara is an insane fighter. Oh.
Calm down! Hey! Why me?
Because Halara can fight, that's why you.
I can kill the woman anytime. I'll start off with you.
Okay, no, that is a big mistake, my friend. Yako is actually the weaker one of the two.
Damn you, detectives! This is your fault for sticking your nose into my life!
Halara, can you help out your boss real quick?
Can you handle this on your own, Chief?
I'm pretty bad at this sort of thing. Please help.
Shut up! I'll kill you!
And that was the last thing he ever saw. He dead. Oh, he dead. Fatality. Lava kick.
I never thought it would be
We
like
shattered his fucking skull.
What am I supposed to do?
You're not alone.
Huh?
That's
have a
what
dog.
she's saying.
Replace your
If you ever
husband
need
with
help,
a dog.
Come to us.
Makes perfect sense.
The Nocturnal Detective Agency will always be at your service.
Thank you.
So, what about your fiance? What exactly are you gonna do now? Just leave his corpse there? Because his skull is absolutely demolished, we can agree on that, right? I think we can agree on that at least. Kitty cat! Oh my gosh, she got a kitty cat!
As promised, you can keep that cat here.
It's a charming stray cat.
I don't need your help. That's what the cat is saying.
Come on, this cat thinks it's some sort of hard-boiled detective?
It's actually patting the That makes perfect sense then, doesn't it?
Well, I suppose I don't mind.
This city is a difficult place to live. Even for the animals.
Right. I hope we can keep solving the mysteries here to make the city a better place.
We did actually end up making it a lot better place in the end of the story. So much better.
And make it a nicer place for them to live too.
I sincerely hope so.
You're so cold to humans, but you like animals.
Specifically
Are you
cats.
teasing me?
See, there you go again, making that scary face. Seeing you play with the cat, you look kinda cute.
Yako, you're asking for trouble. You saw how she kicked that one dude.
It sure would be nice to see more of that smile around here. I hope you keep using your powers to change the city. I know you can do it. For their sake, too.
That depends on the payment.
Of course.
Come on.
Of course, it always depends on the payment.
Well, how's this? Consider it the reward for this case.
You get to feed the kitty cat. Give it the milk.
And maybe you could ask for permission next time.
Thanks.
This is such a happy ending! And there's still 2 more chapters, but those will have to wait for the finale. Finale next week. It almost feels too sad that the game is coming to an end. But then again, it also means that I can enjoy stuff without spoiling myself. Which is also nice. Okay, and with that, we now have to look for a person who we can raid. So let's see who's live. Oh! How about Briggs? Danganronpa again? It makes perfect sense. Let's go. From Raincoat to Danganronpa? Doesn't it make perfect sense? Isn't it just the absolute best decision to make here? Yes, it is. It absolutely is. Now with that out of the way though, remember this is the second to last Raincoat stream. I don't want this game to be over. I don't. But at the same time, it's about time. So, you know. Anyway, I will do a Genshin stream next week. And then, of course, if you're looking forward to Raincoat, that's gonna be next Saturday again. And of course, the FNF stream the day before that. Alright, let me set everything up real quick. Also, hello, Spooky. Sorry to say you arrived at the end of my second to last Raincoat stream. Well, this is awkward. Hey, you can still stick around if you like Danganronpa, because we're about to raid Briggs, who's playing Danganronpa right now. Specifically at the end of the first game. So let me set everything up, and we will go on and raid. Briggy Ninja! Set it up. But yeah, Spooky, maybe you'll be there for the finale. Next week will be the finale of Raincoat, the last parts of the DLC story, and then we are completely done with the game. Did all the optional scenes, got all the collectibles and side quests, we did the main story, and the DLC will be completed next time. And then that's all there is to this game. Too bad it's ending, but what can you do? But thanks for the head pats twice at the same time, huh? Oh no! So many! There it goes. Okay. Alright, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. And yeah, until then, have a good one and bye-bye. Of course, if you're watching the stream as a VOD after it's been uploaded to YouTube, your support has also been greatly appreciated. And who knows, maybe you'll be able to catch me live in the future. If you want to do that, you can check the link down in the description below, which will take you to my Twitch, where I stream every Friday and Saturday, sometimes other days as well. In any event, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.